What's up?
What's up, man?
How are you?
I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you?
I was literally about to say, it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, oh shit, 1 second. I got James. Okay. How are you, man?
Good. I'm complaining. How are you?
So, did Connor lose the fight or did Connor not lose the fight? I know
definitely
I didn't even want to bring this up because I know you're going to shit on me for a previous fight that we argued about.
Well, the Sean O'Malley one was ridiculous.
Okay.
So by your definition, Connor didn't lose, right?
But that's not true because Connor, so for those people who don't know what we're talking about, Sean O'Malley fought, what's his name? Brandon, not Brandon.
No.
Chito
Vera, yeah.
Chito Vera. So Sean O'Malley fought Chito Vera way back, and Sean O'Malley like twisted his knee or something in the middle of the fight. I think it was something like that, his ankle or his knee.
Yeah.
And I said it was bullshit, it was a freak accident. And Ben said, no, he lost the fight because it happened in a fight, so he lost the fight.
Yeah, like if I go to throw a punch at you and you dodge it, and as you dodge it, you fall over and crack your head on the floor,
you win. I know.
I win. Like,
so fast forward to the Conor McGregor fight. He hurts himself. I know he said he hurt himself before the fight, so please nobody correct me in the comment section. But I assumed when we were talking about it that he hurt himself in the fight. So I said he hurt himself because Poirier checked his kick.
Well, it's the elbow, right? It was
it was the elbow on
the teep kick, and then yeah.
So I was like, well, if you check a kick and you fucking hurt yourself, then you lose. And so now it kind of goes against everything I argued with you about before.
Yeah.
So
I left it alone.
I know, but I know you were like, I could feel it. I'm like, I know he wants to text me and tell me to go fuck myself. So
it was insane. And you know what? I kind of like that it ended that way because now they have to do a fourth, even though Dustin is clearly better. You know, that's not for debate. It just it's another payday for Dustin, so he's win-win, right?
Yeah. I mean, in that regard, for sure. Nathan, what's up, man? You here? Nathan got a haircut.
Was he fuzzy before?
He had more of an afro last time he was on, I think. He's got less of if it's like more shapely afro now.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that Brandon? Was that Brandon? Who's he sharing with?
I don't think he's sharing a room.
Oh.
Do they share rooms?
I don't know. We can't ask him because he can't ask shit.
He never has technical issues. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they're gonna fight. I don't actually think they need to fight again, but I mean, financially, why not, right?
They don't need to, but there's now a story. There's like a bigger story than before, and he was there. I mean, say what you want about whether he should or he shouldn't. That guy can promote a damn fight, right? He's got his leg broken, and he's there promoting the next one.
Okay, but wait a minute. I have a real question. Nathan, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, what's going on? So we're talking about the Connor fight.
Oh yeah.
So quick question before we move on. I think I'd like to get everybody's input. Did Connor lose that fight, or was he hurt and deserves a rematch?
I don't think you can call a snap bone, a win. I just think it's unfair. Even though he was getting fucked up, I still think he deserves a rematch. That's what I think.
Okay.
I know your opinion. You think it was a loss, but he still deserves it because it's like if we look at the Fury and Wilder fight. Yeah, Fury was fucking him up for 12 rounds, and then obviously, Wilder got that one punch on him. So anything can happen, really.
Well, I guess I feel like both things can be right. Like technically, it's a loss, but because of the way he lost, I guess you could say he probably deserves a fourth fight.
That's why I said it's almost perfect. It's perfect because Dustin gets the win, which means he gets the title shot now, but it leaves it wide open so they can run back another Conor Dustin payday.
But I was watching a Chael Sonnen clip, and he was talking about in what scenario does Conor get the rematch though? Because if Dustin wins the belt, now you're giving a guy who's lost like his last 3 fights a shot at the belt.
No, it's down the line. Obviously, like Conor's got to do a couple of things first, right?
So you think if Conor does get back to at Poirier and Poirier is the champion, he's got to win a couple matches first, or at least
he's got to win 2. He's got to win 2. He's got to tune someone up, and then he's got to beat a contender.
I would
be like Dan Hooker or one of those boys, or fucking put him in with Gagey. Can you imagine? I'd like
to see Conor and Ferguson fight, just because of the animosity.
Will he come back though? That's the question. Will he come back?
Well, that was the other thing I was leading to also is, well, before we get to that though, because Ben said something about promotion, and everybody's been patting Conor on the back about, oh, he's able to promote a fight and able to talk trash even after he was hurt. But I'm like, was he really trying to promote a fight, or was he just so fucking angry that's what came out of him?
Bit of both.
Like, did he purposely did he purposely sit there and go, oh, this is what I'm going to do to promote the next fight? Or was he actually just so fucking angry he was losing his shit?
I think he's so in tune with the business and promotion side of things. I don't put it past him.
So you think that was planned?
That good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's planned, but he took an opportunity, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was watching the stats. I guess he's got the 5 highest pay-per-view records in the UFC.
Yeah.
The top 5 are all him versus whoever else.
Yeah, it's like Khabib. Him and Khabib was 1. Then this one's number 2, right?
Him and Khabib, I think. Forgive me if I got the stat wrong, but him and Khabib did 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, and it was I think it's the second most of all time in pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess he knows how to promote a fight, because.
So I mean, like, say what you want, hate him or love him, the guy knows that business and he knows how to create a buzz. Whether you hate him or you love him, nobody's on the fence with him, right? Nobody's like, I don't mind him.
You know what's weird about Conor? When I love to watch him fight, but I'm not like a huge fan, want him to win, but I also don't want him to lose. It's a weird thing with me. Like, I'm excited to watch his fights. You're excited when he comes down to the ring.
Usually I want him to get shut up a little bit.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I was hoping he'd win. I don't know why. I had this, like, I was like, I'd be good. Because if he'd have won that, his stardom would have gone to a, like, crazy level.
You think because then
he goes on and fights Charles Oliveira, and that just becomes this fucking enormous thing. They'd probably go do it in Brazil. It would just be gigantic.
Nathan, are you a Conor fan? Like, you want him to win or lose?
I was a Conor fan, but it got to a point to where, you know, you're taking L's fucking for fun. It gets a bit fucking boring, you know what I mean? When was his last win? When was it?
Yeah, he beat
Cowboy. Cowboy was
Cerrone, yeah. Cowboy Cerrone.
So you're taking L's like a bitch. So I don't pay for it. I just watched it the next day because I thought it was pointless. So, you know, I like him for what he's done for the UFC, but part and parcel of that, it is what it is. You know, if there's better fighters out there now, but they can't market it. They've got no personality. You know what I mean?
James, how are you, man?
I assume we're talking about Conor McGregor.
Yeah, did you watch the fight at all? I know you don't watch fighting, but do you watch like the big fights or no?
There weren't even a fucking fight, was there? So there was nothing to watch.
Yeah.
Did he like literally step back and his leg snapped or something?
Well, they fought. They had a pretty good.
It was a good first round.
Yeah, they.
Really? Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know it went that far. No, I don't.
So the bigger question, and this, you don't have to be a fight fan to be able to answer this.
Yeah.
Is it possible to make hundreds of millions of dollars and still be hungry enough to fight at that level?
No.
Right?
No way, man. You're chilling. No way.
That's how I feel.
There's evidence there, right? Evidence through history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he getting paid like to lose? Was he getting paid even to turn up?
He made 20 million, and I don't know if this does include pay-per-view guys, but apparently he made 20 million on the last fight.
Well, he was the highest paid athlete, period, last year.
Yeah.
Like of all sports.
What's the saying? You can't. It's hard to get up at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping on silk sheets. Yeah, it's like so. It's like I just feel like the old Conor, like the original Conor that you used to watch, was really hungry. Was hungry to be like the best in the world. And now he's making hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like, I don't know if you do everything the same when you're making that kind of money.
You can't.
Like think of James. Think of all the little things you do right now to become Mr. Olympia?
You wouldn't do them after you make a couple of mil.
If you were making $100 million, you'd be like, I ain't getting out of bed.
That. You boys would be chatting shit if you said it otherwise. We'd all be jamming. If we've all got a few million in our account, we'd all be jamming.
I tell you what, to that point, that's why it's got to be really impressive when you look at someone like Ronnie and Dorian's run. And you think,
after winning the Olympia so many times, yeah.
That many times, and you get to the point where you're on your 7th, 8th Olympia prep, and you're like, fucking hell, I just want to eat burgers.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the amount of championships versus the amount of money. Like if Ronnie was making $100 million, would he?
I mean, he was comfy.
Yeah, but not Connor comfy.
Yeah,
not turn up for 5 minutes and get 20 mil.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It seems strange to be able to
imagine this. Imagine if you did a guest pose and got 20 mil.
I just retire. I would retire after that. Like I'm out.
Banging. Yeah, mate.
Nathan, how's Kuwait going, man? How long you been there now? 2 weeks?
You're coming to 3 weeks this week, yeah? Fucking hot, bro. It's hot as shit. The first week was absolutely fucking bullshit. Stuck in one of them quarantine hotels. And it was that was shit. They only give me like 1 liter of water a day. So I paid like £1,000 for 6 days in this fucking quarantine hotel, and they give me 1 bottle of water.
Wait a minute. They ration the water? You're only allowed 1 liter?
They just come once a morning with one of them.
That's it?
And just give you that. And then like I tried to order like a can of fucking Coke Zero, and it was like fucking £5 Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I just phoned Ascar and said, listen, get your ass over here and get some fucking food on and get some drinks. But I lost a shitload of weight. Like, I came down roughly about 5 kilo. There's fucking no food, no drugs, no nothing. So,
yeah.
But I'm back up now to 125.5, and I'm in better shape. So I can't complain.
Yeah.
So, one fucking liter. Did you tap water? You drink tap water from the bathroom?
Fuck no.
I've done that.
You can't
That shit's wild. What the?
What
at that point, I think I might have to, you know.
Wait a minute. Is it because it's in Kuwait, or is it just because you don't drink tap water?
That's fucking tap water. Fuck that shit.
What are you, fucking high class? You can't drink tap water?
No, it just tastes shit, doesn't it? It just tastes. It just tastes.
But it's like
he's the snobbiest scouser I've ever heard.
I'm gonna take this away.
I don't drink that council juice. Fuck that.
I'm full of council juice. Damn. But this ain't even out of a bottle, man. This is literally fluoride, in a glass.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
Look how unclear that is. Oh.
I'm just saying. If I'm in a hotel and I'm like, if I don't get 1 liter of water, I'm probably going to go to the bathroom and use the fucking tap water in the sink.
Bro, fuck that. I just looked it out for the first day, and then after that, Ascar came, bought all my shit. But it was a nightmare because the army was at the front desk, then the army was on the landing and shit, and then I wasn't out of the room. But I thought, fuck this, I'm paying £1,000. I'm not having this. So every day I was like going in a service elevator, and then just using the maid's fucking lift and just going to the pool. Fuck that. I'm getting my money's worth. Fuck. No, fuck that. It was shit though, because I had no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Arabic TV. I had one channel, CNN News. Watched that fucking 6 days solid.
Brainwashing you.
Did they brainwash you for 6 days? To get you to take the vaccine?
Yeah, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that.
What was I going to say? So you're in Kuwait now. Are you staying in a room by yourself, or are you sharing a room?
No, Brandon's just left just like 2 minutes ago.
So you guys are in a room together?
Yeah. So I was by myself up until last night, and then Brandon finally come. He was meant to come when I came, but he had the same problem with Turkish Airlines. Basically, he got stopped 3 times coming here. I got stopped twice. It was the fucking nightmare going back and forth. So he's finally here after like 2 long weeks of fucking arsing around in airports.
I don't think I could do that. Can you guys, Ben, would you be able to share a room with another grown man for like however long?
Yeah, I'd prefer not to, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'd do it, but
I tell you what, I did it with Luke, right, at every single show, and by the end I was like, fuck this, because he snored like a train.
No.
God,
It is the snoring, because I sent my sister home I went on holiday with my sister once, and my snoring sent her home early. So I know.
Even if it's your best friend, like me and Paul have been away together for like 3 or 4 days, and by the time we're home, like I'll see you next week, man. Like,
nah, he just stays in his room. I just stay in my room, watch fucking TV, Netflix, laptop and shit, and then just train.
Oh,
yeah,
so
see, that's different. They got separate rooms, right? A hotel.
Oh fuck! I can't be sitting there fucking blasting one off to the missus when she got tits out. I'm sitting there. Yeah, can't be fucking sitting there. You know what I mean?
Brandon sitting in the bed next to you.
Yeah, Brandon, catch this. You know, fucking hell.
No, I was picturing like a room with like 2 beds, like a normal hotel. I would.
No, it's an apartment. It's an apartment. So you have like a living room. Brandon's room's on the left, mine's on the right. Kitchen, our own showers, our own toilets.
Oh, okay. I could do that. I just don't want to share the bathroom with anybody and shit like that.
Hey, you're gonna have to share with me in a couple of weeks, aren't you?
Well, no, we're just gonna get an Airbnb with a couple rooms and a couple of bathrooms.
I asked Nick to put me in the same room as you. I was like, Nick, don't worry about the cost. Like, I want to keep costs down. I'll share. I'll top and tail with you.
We're just gonna use the same bed. That's it.
Yeah.
No, James, are you coming? Because they said something about bringing you out.
I want to. Yeah, Nick wants me to. Like, I'm mates with Nick, and I've known Nick for a long time. And it's like, whenever there's a GASP event, he's like, we'd like you there. But I can't fucking do shit from here directly to America right now. So it's going to be a lot of fannying around.
Get to Mexico.
You can't fly directly in.
No, you need a fucking a work visa, a P1. You can't go on an ESTA. It's going a P1 or the B1.
No, but if they get him a P1 because he's considered.
I don't know how long that takes. I don't know how long that shit takes.
P1 takes about 5 months.
Does it really?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. And none of us have got them. Like none of us has.
So how are you getting to the Olympia then?
I have to go.
It should be over
first. Yeah, and it should be over. But if I have to go somewhere, you have to go somewhere. Basically, you can't be in the UK for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what
you go to Ireland.
Guys, wait a minute. What? Just everybody, like one at a time, because I don't even know what's going on right now. So,
right.
Ben, you asked James, how the hell are you going to get to Olympia? So how does that start? How do you do that?
So, the only way currently is that you cannot be in the UK for 2 weeks prior to arriving in the US. So you have to go to a country that is currently not on the amber or red list for USA.
Okay.
Our country is amber or red at the minute, so it means no go. So I have to go to somewhere that's not that I can fly to from here, stay there for 2 weeks, and then after that 2 weeks is up, I can go to the US. Which is just a fucking headache.
So what country do you have to go? Like, did you look one up already that you can go to?
There's a few. I think
Mexico.
I think even Norway is now on the list. I can go to Norway for 2 weeks and then go to America. But the only problem with Norway is they still currently quarantine us when we arrive there.
Oh.
So I'm just like, oh fuck's sake! Like I don't really want to do quarantine because I'm going to train.
James, did you speak to Rhea?
Rhea's been out there for so long that she avoided all this shit.
No,
she did all this last year.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the first time she went, what did she do? I think she went via Mexico.
To Mexico.
Who's Rhea? Who's Rhea?
Rhea Gale. She did the she figure.
Oh,
okay.
So yes,
second in.
Rhea went to Mexico like Samantha from GASP and all those guys. So they've gone to Mexico, then they've gone to the US. Then when they've run out of time, they've gone back to Mexico and then back to the US when they can go again. Which is just, I don't know how the fuck they're doing it, but because I heard that Mexico isn't a country that the US will allow you to go to and then come back, but Rhea and Samantha have done it.
So
I don't know,
James. What you're saying is like all that's too much just for the GASP thing, but for the Olympia, obviously,
it's not too much. I've got to do whatever I've got to do. I'm just like, I need to know soon whether it's going to be that way or not, because like Nathan said, we've got like constant updates happening in the UK from our fucking stupid government telling us what we can and can't do. And there's one on the 19th of the month, which could be, travel's back, but it could not be as well. So I'm like kind of hoping that things iron themselves out, but at the same time, I can't leave it forever. Because that's what I mean.
I talked to Nick. I was like, you guys need to sign James. I'm like, well, you're waiting on James here. I'm like,
yeah, Michael's all over, like Michael and me have spoken. He's like, I think what it is with Michael, he just wants to sit down and talk. I think it's very personal.
Yeah.
As you know, I like Michael. He's cool.
Nathan, so what's your plan then from obviously Kuwait, you're doing Spain, and then if you qualify for Olympia or in your mind?
Bro, don't ever insult my intelligence to my physique again. You cheeky asshole.
When I said if you qualify,
if I ever qualify, what the fuck?
You know me, I like to be in the middle. I'm nice to everybody. So when you qualify for Olympia, what's your plan to get there?
So you can go direct from here to America, not a problem.
Oh, from Kuwait.
Because Kuwait, you must have had you have to either isolate or you've had the vaccine. So you can go direct from here straight to the US, not a problem.
Yeah.
James,
how do you do that?
It's the fucking.
Oh, you got to quarantine. You got to quarantine when you get
it's
there.
the original headache that fucking drives me insane. I know.
Yeah.
The many
and it's the other way. Yeah, I don't want to go the
west.
way as well. Yeah.
Part of me don't want to go straight east to go west. I'm like, fuck.
Well, you got to quarantine when you get to Kuwait anyway, so it would kind of screw you over.
But it might maybe Norway. If Norway suits yourself, because listen, I know people in Norway. I know Tommy that owns obviously the gyms out there, and fucking I could probably get everything I need out there, you know, supplements and etc. from said people. So they'd be able to at least put me in a direction to be able to get all my amenities. Because that's the thing for me. I just want to be able to get my amenities.
Yeah.
And be able to still prep 100%. Because I don't like losing even a fucking day because I'm a whingy cunt. So yeah, like some people like Nathan is a lot more chilled than me. He'd go a few days in a room without doing fuck all and not lose his mind. I'd go fucking ape shit.
I'm like
I'd
that
literally
too.
lose my mind.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd be like, it's over. The prep's over.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm still like 12 weeks out. I've got plenty of fucking time. That's how my head works.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Everything's got to be bang on, or else it's all fucked. It's like 100% or nothing.
And I'll feel sorry for myself and cry.
What, Ben? What's going on, man? You got your prep is like around the corner. Your show is like 3 or 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
What's going on with your prep? Everything's not going smooth.
I can't stop getting off the fucking toilet, man.
It's stomach virus.
It's 8 days just clearing out.
I'm telling you got to do the Arabic.
I'd love to do that. You know, he told me the other day, what is it? It was
James. I'm telling you, listen to this. My whole life, every time I had a stomach bug, any type of like diarrhea for days, you know, you're fucked up. My mom would go, okay, for one full day, you don't get to eat anything except boiled potatoes. You got to peel the skin, boiled potatoes, and plain yogurt. And I would do that for 1 day.
So good to me right now.
You're dieting right now, probably.
No, that's the thing. When you're dying, boiled potatoes sound amazing.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, one day of that, next day you're fucking golden. You're back to normal.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm just fighting like I'm drained. I'm super flat, and weight went. I ate 1,500 calories yesterday. My weight went up 3 pounds. Go figure.
1,500 calories is like, I don't think people realize.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think some people realize how small amount of food that really is, especially for a guy that weighs 270 pounds. Like, fuck, man. You starving or what? Are you hungry, or is your body just kind of shut down?
No, I can eat. But I'm just at the point where my stomach kind of hurts more than anything else. So I'm more pissed off with the look I have than how I feel, you know?
Yeah, but like I told you on the phone, I think people underestimate, I mean, you don't, but I think sometimes when we're in our own mind for prep, I think we underestimate the power of water. Like if you're fucking pissing out your ass for 4 days, you're dehydrated as fuck and everything's going to look like shit.
It stays the 8th day.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah. I went to the doctor and they're like, it's either viral or bacterial, but because I went after like 5 days, right? So they were like, oh, well, by this point, there's not much point in giving you meds. So just keep drinking water and it'll flush through your system. So I was like, okay, well, that's great. Thanks.
Well,
yeah, cheers, mate.
Stay the course, I guess, and hope it balances out.
Yeah, the only thing I did today was cut out coffee, which sucks because now I'm like living off of coffee anyway. But coffee would like amplify.
You know, it's funny, Ben. I just actually thought of that. Doesn't caffeine irritate your stomach anyway? And you were doing hostility in the morning, hostility in the evening, plus coffee. My
total caffeine was around 600 for a whole day.
It couldn't be, because if you're doing 2 hostilities, that's 600 alone. And then
if I wouldn't do the coffee if I had a hostility in the morning.
Okay.
So it was either 2 hostilities or it was 2 cups of coffee and a hostility.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not a crazy high. Actually, I've got this monster and I'm like, I haven't opened it because I'm like, no, I need to stay away from caffeine.
Yeah.
Really.
Have you guys ever? I know, Nathan, you're not a caffeine guy, but James and Ben, are you guys normally stim guys? Like not high stim crazy, like, but I mean, like, do you normally have a coffee every day or something?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a stim guy. I like a bit of stim. You know, I used to like all the DMMA products and all the fucking DMHA and DMEA. Anything that sounded like a party drug. I was like, yeah, put in my fucking shake and let's have it. But there was a time I remember I used to do so many of them fucking things. I remember like getting really lightheaded and I had to knock it on the head because I was taking fat burners at the same time as taking pre-workouts, same time as taking fucking caffeine. And when I was younger, man, I was fucked. I'm glad I'm still here.
Yeah.
The
are you like that or no? Are you like a regular stim guy?
No, my wife and I will have coffee like throughout the year, like a morning coffee.
Yeah.
So I'll make we got filter, so I make that in the morning, get ready for her and do a coffee. In a prep, I start to have maybe double the amount, like 2 or pre-workout. But I at this point in prep, I've switched to modafinil now. Modafinil.
You're more of a nootropic. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking is if you're a caffeine guy or a stim guy and have you ever tried to clean out, like take a month off?
Yeah.
And what was there, James is like, no, I've never stopped.
No,
James, have you ever taken a month off?
Oh, never. Probably no more than a day or two.
Can I tell you go ahead, Ben, sorry.
I was going to say, I go through phases, and it's only since I've moved here, now I live with my wife, that I'm more like consistent with having a coffee. Before that, I'd be like, if I could be bothered, I'd be like, can I be asked to get the French press out? Because I only like it from a French press or a proper machine.
You're so bougie. You're fucking.
There is something about it, though. There is something.
Yeah, it was at that point where I was like, well, can I be bothered to make a whole French press just for one coffee? And
well, the reason I'm saying it is I took a month off caffeine for a little while, like a while back, and man, when I got back, it was so much better.
Yeah.
It was, James, I'm telling you, I mean, you're in the middle of prep now, so you're probably not going to do it. But after your prep is over, take like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks. The first week sucks. It's like your workouts are kind of like, you got to get into them a little more. But man, when you get back to it, just like one coffee, you're flying. Like everything is.
I need that.
I wouldn't mind trying to find I might even get some standalone teacrine.
What's that?
And use
standalone
teacrine.
Yeah, just get a single and use that instead because I feel better on that. It's
teacrine's more steady, and it's more.
Yeah, it lasts longer and it's more stable. Like you don't crash and burn on it. But I tell you what, you go to Starbucks, right? A lot.
Yeah, right here.
So do you get the like whatever they make of the day?
It's an Americano. It's just a 3.
Okay. I whenever I get Starbucks, I ask for their filter batch if they've got it at the back. It's been sat there like all morning. It's like rocket fuel.
Really?
Oh my God.
This is probably bad for me to know. What?
Go on, just try it one time. Say, what have you got a filter made? And it's normally at the back, and it's just like they've just got like a tap, and they just pour it in. It's fucking insane.
But wait a minute, what is it? It's just like, I don't understand what it.
They normally have like different batches. So like, this one's a Brazil. They only have like 2 or 3 containers. Yeah. When they make the Americano, it's normally just off the grind, and they just put it in and make you your cup. Yeah. But the filter coffee is just like, when you go into hotels and they've got the big vat with a tap on it, and you just help yourself.
Yeah.
Right. They've got those behind the counter as well, but you have to ask for them.
Okay.
And it's been sitting there and like
brewing
brewing all day.
And it's like fucking the trembolone of Starbucks.
Trembolone of coffee. Perfect.
Yeah.
James, you trained with JP recently. How was that, man? I saw a quick clip today of JP put up like a little preview. Looks like you guys had some fun.
It was good, man. It's not, there's sprinkled around the country. There's a few of us guys that obviously can train hard, but there's not a consistent, they're not all in proximity to each other. And Jordan's someone that can really fucking push it. So it was like, it was an opportunity for me to go and just see if I'm giving enough to my sessions, like to measure against it.
Is he still up like Gloucester way somewhere?
Yeah, still there. He's still like Tewkesbury kind of way. So
how far is he from you, James?
From me, it's like 2 hours 40 minutes, something like that. So
like
it's not too bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And obviously, I got the chance to check out his private. He's got like his own warehouse gym. Like it's not for the public; it's just his own area.
Yeah.
So that was really cool because obviously all the equipment's all hand picked, hand selected. Exactly what he wants, and it's just amazing. Like bit of space, like about 3,000 500 square foot of just everything you want, you know?
Yeah.
Basically what you're doing right now.
That's exactly what I have. That's exactly what I have is 3,500 square feet.
Perfect, man. And it makes me want the same. I'm like, yeah, I think that's my next thing I'll be doing is getting some space for myself, because it's something different about just having your own space. Like just being able to switch off or switch on, you know, whichever you want to do, just not have to worry. I just like the idea of it. Hopefully that's something that can be done in the near future. But yeah, it was really good. Nice to catch up with him, because I don't see him often because he's so, you know, he's tied up in business. He's doing very well for himself and it's hard to catch him. So I was lucky to get down and see him, to be fair.
Yeah. Nathan, do you have a, I want to come back to that in a minute, but Nathan, do you have days at your gym where you like wish nobody was there? Not to offend any of your members, but are you like, I don't like training in an empty gym. I just feel it's unmotivation. It's fucking boring as hell. Yeah. If I'm by myself, I just wouldn't train. I'd just be like, you know, you know, it's like for me, you know, like it pushes you, because, you know, you could have one kid, you know, it might, for example, like bench press, you could bench 100 kilos, and then you could just put 220 on it, you know, and then that kid could be watching you, and that just gives you that little bit of a drive to think, yeah, fuck it, you know, and just lift it up. And I think when eyes are on you in the gym, you have to, you know, exceed expectation. The person you are, you own the gym, you're a pro bodybuilder, and people want to see certain things. So for me, you know, like I train in oxygen over night time by myself. I just don't like it. You know, the lights are off, they close here at 8 o'clock. So I've got a whole fucking huge stint to myself, but I just go when the lads are there at 3 o'clock, because I like to have a laugh, and I don't take training serious. You know, I'm having a laugh in between sets, and then obviously when it's my set, then it's game time. But I just couldn't do it. You know. I mean, James, you've said that before. I've said that too. I like the energy of other people being around. Yeah, no, I do. I think it's great to have the choice, because I do love. Like, I'm just like Nathan, man. Like, the reason I lift heavy really is because I got fucking eyes on me. Yeah. Like, and those eyes on me, like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a bit of ego in there where I'm like, all right, you're fucking watching. I'm gonna show you guys what I can do. You like you said, like Nathan said, they expect you to be very good at what you do. So you got to keep up appearances. So it is good to have that pressure on you from you know, said eyes. And I do like it. I think it's just like I say, I've got nothing against it. It'd just be nice to have the choice eventually. I like I think ideally I'd like to have both. Like right now I have the 30 square feet. It's got to be greedy. I want to know, because I want to open a public spot too. So it'd be cool. So like, you know, when you want to be alone, you just go to your private place, and when you want to be, you know, when you want to have a laugh or whatever, you can go to your public spot. Like that, to me, that's the ideal. Or being alone. Being alone. Like, sorry. No, go ahead. I said the being alone part's more just, you know, when like you're filming, so like you're filming for, I know you're doing hostility stuff, I'm doing Redcon stuff, whatever. Sometimes it'd just be nice to like be able to do that and not have like everyone around. And that's it really. That's the only thing. That's the only requirement I have. It's time to fuck off. Fuck out of my scene. No, I think I get the filming part though. I don't know. Maybe it's different for you guys. For me, I get embarrassed when the cameras are there. Maybe embarrassed is the wrong word. I'm like, I feel self-conscious. No, it's more like it feels like an arrogance. Like, oh, look at me. They're filming me. I'm special. And it's kind of like I'm trying not to be annoying. So I'm like, when you have your own space, you can have cameras there. You can set up your own camera. You can do whatever you want, and like that way, you can do your work and not annoy the other fucking people around. You feel like you feel like you're like impacting on their workout. Yeah, they're like trying to stay out of the way, and I'm really sorry. Like, who's this fucking guy? Who's this fucking guy over here being filmed? Like, but the modern gym now, bro, has guys with fucking tripods anyway, walking around. Every fucker. You know one. You have these kids in my gym. They're coming down the weekend with like 2 or 3 camera guys, 5 of the friends. I'm like, oh, the road to pro card, the road to this. I'm like, road to pro card. Just filming my series, road to pro card. Yeah, you know, when you're looking and you're like, every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry has one now. So at first I felt like that, but now I'm like, it's just part and parcel of the industry, I think. Yeah. It's the times we're in, isn't it? It's the times going back to training, because I pretty much train in an empty gym, right? Year round. And I do find it sometimes, especially in a prep, I'm like, in off season, I'm like, oh, I eat like a ton of food. I need to get. I have no issue with being motivated to load another plate on the bar and fucking get after it. I've got a tactic now. I tell my wife to stay around, because when she's watching,
I don't know. She's because she'll do her own workout like or treadmill cardio, whatever. And she's like, "Oh, I'm finishing up." I'm like, "Hey, do you might wait 5 minutes because I'm warming up on rack pulls and I want to hit a big heavy lift. I lift heavier when you're stood there. I don't know.
I know the exact feeling. It's almost like you want to show your girl, right? You're like, look,
I'm like, like me Tarzan, Eugene, you watch.
Yeah. It's literally that.
Yeah.
James, when you went to JP's, is his place? Does all the equipment match? Because this is something I've been considering too. Because I know Nathan, your stuff all matches, right?
Yeah.
Does JP's stuff all match, like color wise and everything?
Color wise, it almost does. A lot of it's like just black.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't all match. It's kind of
mine's a
specified.
mismatch.
Yeah,
Mine's
it's a
fucking
mismatch.
carnage.
Yours is mismatched too, right, Ben?
I got 4 new machines coming as well. I ordered this week. And then they're all white, like
They're all different.
bizarre. Yeah, they're all old school
Like
machines.
one's got a purple pad, one's got a red pad.
But I got to be honest. I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but so I like that my space is painted the way I wanted it, but I kind of like that the machines aren't all the same.
Yeah.
It gives it like a kind of a hardcore feel to it. It's like, because it's like, so I've been to Dorian's gym. If you guys haven't been to Dorian's gym,
It's all the same.
new one.
They just opened.
He's got a new one, right? Which looks like a fucking showroom.
I was there yesterday, so he's got a total of 30,000 square feet now. Everything, all the equipment is like this satin black. It's beautiful. Like everything is matchy. Like,
But it's very clinical looking, right? It's a bit.
It's not that. It's just it's honestly a really awesome space. It's just a little bit too clean. Like I like a grungier feel.
Yeah. So I like going into gyms and you're like, oh look, they got that real old piece there. So it matches nothing, right? You go into like, I mean, even Emporium has a bunch of just random machines.
But Ben, that's the one thing though, I have to say. The one thing that he has done is he has all that old shit that everybody loves.
But
they honestly took everything apart and painted it. And like, it's honestly the best. It's probably the best gym I've ever been to as far as like the way it's equipped and everything. Right. I just, like I said, the mismatch of it, because the reason I thought of it is, you guys have ever seen the Rocks gym?
Yeah.
You ever see like from an aerial view? None of the equipment matches. It's got like black pieces and some white pieces and some fucking all the pad. It kind of feels like it's his gym. It's like a hardcore feel to it.
It's like a collection of cars. You don't want them all looking the same color. Like
maybe,
do you know what I mean? Like if you're a car collector, you look in the old garage. You got these like different era cars and generations and models, and they all got to be unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are some car collectors out there that will just get them all black. You know, like they're a black Ferrari, black Lamborghini, black.
Do you know what?
I think it comes down to
is a weird man. I don't think that's right.
I think it comes down to public or private. Because if you have a public space, it's fucking probably weird to have a bunch of shit that doesn't look the same. Right? Like Nathan, you have your own gym, right? You have a brand. You want your brand to look a certain way and have a certain color and have, you know what I mean? Like if I had a hostile gym for the public, it would have to be like, you know, gray, black, and gold, right? Everything would be like that.
I think the public as well, you know, if it doesn't match, like a lot of old machine, you know, like the rusty a little bit, they work perfectly fine, but have a bit of chip on it or a rust, or have like, you know, a grey machine with like a green seat on it where someone just has just done a quick job. And for me, that, you know, that's cool, but the public, like, oh, that's old, even though you've just bought it last week and it's a you know, a rare piece to find. But you're like, oh, it's shit. But then if you went and painted that piece the next day and bought it back to them, like, fucking hell, this machine's awesome. Look at it, you know. It's a perception, isn't it? And that's
it's how fickle we are.
Yeah, but I kind of like the fact that they don't know what it is. So like, fuck you, don't use it. You know what I mean? I'm like, you don't appreciate this, so you shouldn't be able to fucking use it.
Stay off my special piece.
So Dorian's space, like I said, is super fucking incredible. The high ceilings and everything's awesome. He just got a whole bunch of new Panada stuff in. And I know, Nathan, you like Panada stuff.
Yeah.
But I was using some of the old stuff in there yesterday, and I just don't think anything compares to it. Like I used an old Nautilus Explode plate-loaded lat pull-down. You know that one? Yeah. It's got like the independent handles.
Yeah.
Best pull-down I've ever used. You know what I mean? Like just some of the older stuff.
Is that the one with the swivel handle?
Yeah, all the handles move around. You can kind of like, it feels almost like you're doing like a free weight pull-down in a way. Or it's like, it's not fixed. The bars, you know what I mean? When you do a lat pull-down, it's on a fixed bar. So it's kind of like got a lot of freedom to it. But I just feel like the older stuff feels better. I mean, I don't know. You guys think that? Or?
I think it feels better for us because we know what it's for and what it's hitting. But like I said before, it comes down to private and public. The public want it to be comfy. They want it to look good. And they don't give a fuck if it works. They're just, we're in this flashy gym. We've got this and we've got that. So, like I said, if from my own personal gym, I wouldn't give a fuck about spraying it. I wouldn't be bothered. But because it's a public gym, I have to spray it, you know?
But Nathan, let me ask you this. If you had 2 machines and let's say you have we shouldn't say any like manufacturer because they're all good, but let's say you had a brand new machine from one manufacturer, beautifully painted, everything, and you had an old machine, but you refurbished the whole thing. Which one do you like better?
Well, like the old one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you guys like the older equipment better or the newer equipment better?
Generally. It depends.
Older stuff, but not chain stuff. I use, you know. But I'm always, like I said, I'm always hunting for the old pieces because they're unique. And even I've got girls and lads in my gym. Some of the machines, they're like 20 years old, 30 years old. We've got in the gym, we've just sprayed them, and like, oh my god, I've never seen that machine before. It's awesome. Who makes it? It's brand new. I'm like, it's about 25 years old. It looks so good. It's the best machine I've ever used. And thinking so, Phil, if it was still in its prime, in its heyday, all fucking white and with a mad seat, you wouldn't even fucking use it. Do you know what I mean? But now it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just got a new shoulder press. It's the Flex Fitness one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like flat.
The one that's like this angle.
Yeah, you're like laying down on it and you're pushing up.
Dorian,
so
Seen you get that. I was going to buy that, but it's too far.
Dorian's got it.
It's here. It's over in Wisconsin, I think, or somewhere.
I tried that one. It's good. Have you done it reverse though?
Yeah, some people do it with their chest down.
Like facing
I know, I haven't used that one. I've done the old hammer one facing in before, but I've not done that one. I also got another, the James, it's the old one. I got the Strive shoulder press.
The same as the Prime.
The Prime one, I got that coming as well. So now I've got no excuse for shitty shoulders.
So James, when you train with JP, who won?
You have to watch the fucking video, mate. I can't tell you, can I?
Jim won. Of course, Jim won.
There's only one winner, and we know who's going to fucking win.
This is going to sound really stupid to you guys, because I know we've had this conversation before, and you guys shit on me for what I thought, but how is JP maintaining all his strength?
This is fucking freak. He doesn't do anything else.
I know, but
fucking...
the guy went from being on a shitload of gear to being off all his gear, and he's still the same strength.
Well, he's not off everything, right? He's
off everything. And he's on a lot lower, but he's still
the muscle that he has is real dense tissue.
Yeah, he has trained his way up.
That's come from lifting heavy. That doesn't just fuck off.
I'm not saying the muscle's going to disappear. That's not what I said. My strength is not the same when I'm off versus on.
You haven't trained the way JP's trained for the last 10 years.
No, I haven't. I never trained for strength.
Yeah, I think everything's so fucking regimented with Jordan. So like the whiff of a bit of like strength loss, he'll adjust the diet to suit that, or he'll always have something in his arsenal to be able to counter any negative effects on his training some way or another, whether it's like say using the gear or using the food or resting more or changing the split. He's so fucking mathematical with everything, too mathematical for all us lot, fuck that shit, but he will always adjust things to make sure that progression remains, and he's smart. He is smart. I'm not because I think you go on. Sorry, go on, that's right, Ben.
I was going to say, I think you'll find the fiber type that he's built and created,
it's long-lasting shit.
It's that fast twitch, heavy duty, thick, those thicker muscle fibers that come from that. Yeah. So even though now he's reducing things, that muscle tissue still has the same kind of contractile properties, you know.
Yeah.
If you build your physique on a higher rep range, I'm not saying high rep, but just higher than what Jordan's doing, like 4 to 6 reps and the extreme end of load, it has a different like composition, makeup, and contractile property to it, right?
Yeah, and the thing with Jordan as well, like he's not a skimp with money. Like when it comes to nutrition and food and everything, he gets the best. Like, listen, that fucker's eating salmon that probably costs £100 a slice. Do you know what I mean? Like he's putting the best food in his body all around like the clock. Like any food he eats is Waitrose plus. You know what I mean? It ain't no cheap shit. He really, really takes into consideration every factor, and it comes even down to what he's putting, on the plate in front of him. So, like, I know it's not a high percentage of why you are what you are, but it certainly adds up. And supplements, everything. He's high grade, man. Everything he does is high grade.
So Jordan's not eating canned tuna.
He definitely ain't eating canned tuna, man. He's eating some wild fucking salmon that's literally probably been caught this morning.
Is that what I've been doing wrong this whole time? I'm eating canned tuna.
The bumblebee tuna. Yeah.
When was the last time you guys had a can of tuna?
I haven't been in the cupboard for safety like net if I somehow forget to cook some protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, tin of tuna. A couple of them will add up.
When was the last time you actually had one though?
It's about 9 weeks, 10 weeks ago.
Okay, that's not that bad. I thought you were going to say like 5 years.
I keep them in reserve, man. They're worth keeping in reserve.
Yeah.
Nathan, what about you, man? When was the last time you had a can of tuna?
Years, bro. Last time I done that, I was fucking on my ass, skin broke, fresh out of jail. And I got my training partner told me to fucking drink tuna, eggs, and fucking oatmeal and Diet Coke.
You blended it together? Oh, you did that shit.
Drank that shit, bro, for like fucking 6 months.
It's the Diet Coke that makes it sound rough.
It must be.
Like, I reckon tuna, egg, and oats would taste better than tuna, eggs, oats, and
Diet Cherry Coke was giving it a flavor.
What's the Diet Coke do?
I don't fucking blends it up, doesn't it? Blends it with Diet Cherry Coke.
Yeah, but now you've added carbonation. It makes it even harder to fucking drink.
It's got more.
Tuna. Oh.
It came out brown. It gave me a nice shit mustache on my face.
Oh, you know what we should do? Next time we lose bets, that should be the bet. That you have to do that shit.
What? A tuna float. Fuck.
You know I made a bet on the Portugal show with the other guys
this morning.
I'm gonna lose for sure.
Nipple ring, right?
Gotta get my fucking nipple pierced.
Nah, Vlad looks good though. Vlad looks good.
I know he does. I picked Presti to win.
I seen him this morning.
Vlad looks crazy. Vlad's so underrated.
Vlad's in Kuwait?
No, he sent Ascar a video this morning.
Okay.
From Portugal.
Yeah.
He looks ridiculous.
He's got crazy separation.
He's not even that heavy.
Fuck, man. I don't want to get my nipple pierced. Fuck. What do you guys think?
Vlad's dangerous, man. Vlad's dangerous.
What do you got? You know what? I got you guys
Vlad
on
wins.
The two best people I've seen are Vlad and Alfred, one of Pete Patrick's clients. But then Alfred's come from 212, so he might be a bit light. But in terms of like, they both got really good separation and muscle fullness. Like other people are good, but there's things missing.
Okay, is Chris Bumstead like not human? What?
He's got a massive reverse green band on it. Doesn't count.
Yeah, and it's the Arsenal hack, which ain't.
It don't count because the fucking plate's on like pin number 5.
What does that mean?
It's the higher the plates on the hack squat, the easier it gets.
The higher the plates.
No, the plate, the foot plate.
The foot plate. Oh, the foot plate. I see what you're saying.
So the higher the foot plate, the easier it is, plus the band as well.
The band is ridiculous. I'm gonna start moving to outlaw these reverse band bullshit.
I hate it.
I used reverse bands when I trained, but like sparingly, only when my knees are really bothering me. But most of the time, I put the band on the other side. I would use it to create more force. Like I would put it.
And guess what? Guess what? And then you don't have to load as many fucking plates.
Well, that's what I mean. I would put the band on the bottom of the hack squat and wrap it around the bar, and then I would only need like 5 plates.
Right.
Yeah.
I did 5 or 6 plates with the heavy elite FTS bands
on the side.
Hard. Yeah. It's hard as fuck. You don't need more than 5 plates in the band on there.
Can I tell you, that's honestly my favorite leg movement is hack squat or leg press with a band.
Yeah.
I like leg press with a band.
The tension, like the strength curve and the tension that's like you get throughout, and the positive and negative is like you can't be beat. I don't think.
Well, once you start to lock out, you get a lot more tension, and it's great on the tin.
I did this like last week. I actually did a drop set with it where I took the bands off halfway through. Yeah. Because it makes such a massive difference because you get that relief at the top where you're like, oh, I think fuck for the fucking band is off. But because if you don't take that thing off, it's just fucking, even at the top, it just gets so much heavier.
To me, my favorite things too is if you're doing it on leg press, the tension and the pull you get on the negative. Because you see some people on the leg press, they just kind of drop the weight. They kind of drop the weight and then spring it forward. and you can't fucking
bad.
do
You can't do that.
Yeah, because it's slingshotting into you. You're fucking crushing a few ribs.
It's like you have to hold it. So yeah. Anyway,
I will. Chris is very. I've seen him deadlift. He is fucking strong. I'm not going to take away, but he's fucking.
Oh no, but that's why I said.
He free weight squats like 220 for sets of 10, 12 reps.
Yeah,
he's strong as fuck.
He's got nuts legs.
I just don't like this whole everyone's loading a hack squat and they've got a reverse band hidden at the back. I might.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I agree. I think like why not just use the machine, have less plates on it, and it'd be just as hard.
And they're like, oh, it's easier on my knees. I'm like, yes. Well, so what? So take those 10 plates off and use 7 plates. It'll be easier on your knees at the bottom, which is what the reverse band is creating for you anyway.
Well, no, I disagree with that a little bit. Like when my knees are really sore, just because it gives you a little bit of cushion at the bottom. It's different than actually not having less weight. Because
the strength curve changes slightly. I think you've got less.
I understand the elasticity is taking some and it's bringing some bounce out. But again, it's also doing that for you. It's slingshotting you out the hole as well.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's not helping. I'm just saying.
So in my head, I'm like, how much am I pressing versus how much is that little bungee cord just letting me feel like I'm.
John used to
the Smith squats.
The Smith squats, yeah. One of the things John used to tell me was one of the reasons he liked using the reverse band was if you were trying a new weight. Let's say your regular plate was like you did 6 plates, 7 plates, 8 plates on a hack squat, right? If you want to add 1 or 2 plates, he's like, try a reverse band first so you can feel what it feels like at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got no issue using that. I've actually used a reverse band during my warm-up sets as well, just to help kick, because in my first exercise, I just wanted to get things going. I mean, no issue with that. If I'm working, I'm either no bands or I'm loading the fuck from the bottom up.
Yeah, the bottom up is the way.
I'm with you on that, buddy. Okay,
so really quick, I want to get your opinion. We're not going to go through the whole thing because we did a breakdown on Tuesday, but I want to get your guys' opinions real quick. So we should
Is Tim Bashime, is he that fucking big? Because he looks enormous.
He's pretty big. Tim Budasheim.
Okay, let me go. James, Nathan, Ben, and I'm gonna bet again. That way, if I lose the other one, maybe I can win this one.
Yeah, but this one, if you lose, it's the other nipple. So
if I lose both, I'm fucked.
Man, William Martins is good as well.
Yeah. Okay, so losers got to drink a tuna, eggs, oatmeal, and Diet Coke shake. After prep.
I'm down for that.
James?
I'll do whatever. I don't give a fuck. Tell me who's out there.
Yeah. After the show's done, I'll whatever. Fine.
Okay.
I get a potato and yogurt after as a treat.
One thing about this lineup, is that it's going to be a really good condition show. Like Christian Wolski at the bottom, like he gets peeled. You know, I'm looking at like obviously Andrea Presti's in there as well.
Yeah.
Presti gets shredded. We know Vlad is shredded. We know Alfred's shredded. Tim Budasheim gets pretty fucking peeled.
You're big on Alfred. You're big on Alfred, James?
I am, bro. I am. Because I've seen him grow from a 212 to an open bodybuilder. Legs are still a little bit behind, but fuck me, like the upper body and the back.
What's it, Alfred?
Yeah, Alfred. Have a look. See what you think, mate. Like his legs need to come up a bit more. He still needs more quad, but the fucking upper body, like
he's fucking peeled.
There's a couple of shots further down. Where you can actually see like his poses.
Is this him?
I wish.
He's
like his back just inserts nice and low.
Yeah.
Like I say, the quads just need to come up a bit, but they have come up a lot because he was 212 last year.
I was going to say, what does he weigh now? Because is he going to be big enough?
I think the muscle fullness might help him. I think he's pretty full. He's not a heavy guy, but
I can't tell how big he is because I don't know, the photos are. Because the angle of the photo.
You just don't know because he's standing on his own. But you know what I mean about the quads? Like he needs more out.
Oh, here it is. 107 kilograms. So that's like 225, 230.
About 230. I think that's the weight I was when I won my fucking pro card.
I don't think he's going to be big enough to stand with some of those other guys as far as winning goes. He's got a great
win, but I think he'll look good up there. I think he's a.
You know, it's funny, James. If he added the weight he needs to add, like if this was a 250.
I can't see him top 5 though.
It would be in the legs. He needs.
It's the legs. It's the legs for me. Like upper body, I think he's got a great upper body.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, so there are big names in this, like Tim Budasheim, Theo, Vlad. the Andre, Munzi, and Presti. So it's going to be a tough one, but he's done that in a year. I feel like if he keeps going the way he's going, fuck me, it's going to be really good.
Okay, where do you go, James? Where do you think? Can you pick number one? Who do you think is going to win the show?
I think it'll be Vlad. I think it's his time. I think he's due to win.
Vlad, Nathan,
Vlad.
Man, I'm gonna be so fucked. Okay, Vlad, go ahead. Ben. Ben.
Muted. Ben's muted.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yeah, Vlad.
James, what's number? Who's second?
Tim Buddhisam.
Tim. Nathan.
I'd go with Munzi.
Munzi. Ben.
I like Tim.
Tim.
I think he's got like that hard, grainy physique.
Okay. James, who's third?
William Martins.
Martins. Nathan.
1 second.
Get some inside info.
Yeah.
He's texting someone.
No, I'm just checking with this William Martins. I've seen him before, but
Where do you
I'll
place?
take-
Where do you
I'll
place?
take William third. William third.
William third.
Yeah.
Martins. Ben.
Musi third.
Muzi.
See Muzi up. You boys think Muzi's going to play size second, third?
I don't have him in my top five. But apparently he is more conditioned this time around, so it could be. Okay, fourth, Ben, James. Fourth place.
I think Presti will be rewarded. I think Presti will be fourth.
James, don't copy my fucking results, bro.
Hey, baby.
Nathan, who you got? Presti?
Presti? Yeah.
Ben?
William Martins.
Martins? Okay, James, the last one, fifth.
Oh. So I'm going to say I think Alfred will get sixth. So I think in fifth it'll be Theo.
Theo, that's okay. Nathan?
I think Tim.
You have him
Tim.
all the way in fifth, eh?
Yeah.
Ben?
Presti.
Presti, all the way in fifth. Holy shit.
All the way, but still, listen, this may not look like to people that don't know, this may not look like a crazy lineup, but it is actually pretty crazy. Like there's some real
James is right. They're gonna be. It's gonna be a hard, grainy show.
It's gonna be a very Caucasian dry show.
All like white Caucasian, James.
It's all white. It's literally Sergio Lima though. He's Portuguese, black fella. He might come in and shock everybody. He's got like the round muscle bellies. Could come
No,
in.
Sergio's too small.
Too small, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been said by Nathan though. I haven't seen Sergio in the flesh. Okay.
Nah, he's big in the gym, but he's too small.
Okay, I'm gonna go Vlad.
Okay, you leave it till last. You can't do it as we're doing it because you got to like review the boys. Yeah, he's making sense.
I don't agree with you guys anyway. I'm gonna keep the rest.
Vlad in first. Of course you agree.
No, I'm gonna keep the rest of my placings from my other one because the other one I had Presti first, Tim second, Vlad third, Theo fourth, Muzi fifth.
Vlad third, yeah.
I had Vlad third, yeah.
I think Presti will win a show next year. I think he's getting there. He's right where he's getting up there. He's looked really good at the last one.
I'm gonna switch this one to Vlad, Tim, Presti, Theo, Muzi.
No Williams. No William Martins.
No.
Oh.
Listen,
Brazilian.
Can I tell you the problem with this?
Brazilian J Color.
My problem.
They're all similar.
They're all very, very close to like when I was looking up the physiques, I'm like, this guy looks like this other guy, and this other guy looks like this other guy, and I'm like,
it's like Nathan said, they're literally all white and fucking dry. It's just the most European show.
They've all got the same. They've all got the. That's why you have to go with the size game because
yeah, you need
they've all got
who's going to be the biggest.
Similar physiques. They all come in shredded. But it's who's got, the more cap shoulders and the tighter waist. Yeah. That's why I went for Monday second, because from the pictures, he's better than his last show.
So if I lose both of these, that means I have to get a nipple piercing and drink a shit shake. So what is the shake, Nathan? 8 egg whites?
Oh, four full eggs.
Oh fuck. Okay. Fuck. This is gonna be so
Tin of
gross.
tuna.
4 full eggs. 1 can of tuna.
Oatmeal.
How much oatmeal? Like half a cup? Full cup?
That's just a cup.
Oh my god. Whoever, if I have to drink this, I'm
And
gonna
then
bloated for fucking 2 days straight.
Yeah, the Coke.
diet cherry Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I would do it without the Coke. The Coke's putting me off.
That's what's fucking up. It's like it's gonna make it curdle. Imagine that meat in the egg, like it curdle.
I don't want to drink fizzy tuna.
Bro, it's not. Listen, the Coke gives a flavor. The Coke takes away the tuna smell and the tuna taste.
I've
heard a lot of people do it. I've heard a lot of people do it with orange juice. Orange juice.
What about pineapple juice or orange juice would help, wouldn't it? Or apple juice, even apple juice.
Your girl will thank you for the pineapple juice.
Yeah, sure. She'll taste that. Yeah. But the pineapple juice will make sense because there'll be some bromine, so you get some more absorption of the protein.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
science.
can of Coke. That's going to be fucking disgusting.
The Coke's gonna make it real rank.
You might like it. You never know. It might be a new bodybuilder trick, bro. For when times are hard, you know.
Well, it's
The
not
next Fouad Abiad diet.
It's like 3 of those a day.
So hang on. What are the conditions here? Because we've all got different picks. So 3 people are drinking that fucking shake. Then.
No, one person.
No,
the worst
one
lineup.
person.
Yeah.
The one who's really off. Whoever's like
Yeah,
really
the
off.
furthest off.
Oh, I should have just copied someone then, shouldn't I? I should have just like copied exactly what James did. Shit.
Oh, so you're assuming James is right. All right, let's see. Where's James
I
got?
see that. I felt that.
No, I think James is more aware of the lineup than I am.
Vlad, Tim, Martin.
I'm that side. I'm this side of the pond. You know.
So me and James are a little different. You got Vlad, Tim. I got Vlad, Tim. Then you got Martin's third. I got Presti third. But Presti just beat Martin's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but the things change, man.
All right.
Things
And then
change.
I got Theo.
Especially in Europe.
I got Theo in fourth. You got Presti in fourth. And you have Theo in fifth. I have Muzi in fifth. All right, we'll see. Nathan, you got Vlad. I think Nathan's drinking that shake. Nathan, you're drinking that shake for sure.
He's like, yours is the most fucked up.
Mine's good. Mine's good.
So wait a minute. So it's okay. The rules for when I made it with the other guys was the you have to have the winner picked.
Okay.
So like you can't win if you haven't picked the winner, and then the next 4 are whoever's the closest.
Okay.
But if none of us pick the winner, then it's just the closest to the top 5.
Yeah, shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm down for that.
210 chicken.
Is he
Sorry,
he's
guys.
ordering? He's ordering his
I'm
lunch.
literally just doing my order. 210 chicken, and then you see the rice that's left.
Hi.
I think it's like the majority of the rice is left. I need to just leave a little bit of it, and then that's it.
One thing.
No, a bit more. Thank you.
4 eggs, 1 can of tuna.
Yeah, if you don't mind, and salt and pepper, please. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. We can.
How lucky is that? Good for you.
I was just getting hungry. I was looking at the clock. I was like 7 o'clock. I think I'm due.
Well, it's 2 o'clock. That's your 7 o'clock.
Well, for me, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, this is dinner time. Definitely.
Okay, let's do some questions. Let's see. We rated that guy's physique already. Is it worth investing in EAAs or glutamine or intra if there are no plans to become a pro? Yes. What do you guys think?
Of course.
You can want to build muscle and not want to become a pro.
Otherwise, should I go to the gym if I don't want to be a pro?
Should I eat a steak if I don't want to be a pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, my opinion is because it says, is it worth investing? So I'm assuming money is an issue. So my opinion is this: if money is an issue, spend all your money on food first, and then if you still have money left over, then you would invest in supplements.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's smart, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts on the top 5 from open and men's physique qualifying for the Olympia, but not classic physique. I don't think we know too much about men's physique, do we?
No. Are you talking about the new Arnold rule? In general, the Olympia, how the Olympia works.
Yeah, he's talking about thoughts on top 5 from the open and men's. Oh no, he's saying open and men's physique qualifying for the Olympia, but not for classic physique.
So Olympia top 5 in those 2 classes qualify for the following year, but they don't in the other classes.
Oh, I see. So like he says, for example, Terrence Ruffin has to requalify for this year. Well, I think they're probably just trying to get guys to compete more, because there's probably enough men's physique guys competing. There's enough.
Loads.
Yeah, and there's enough open men competing, so they're probably just trying to get more classic guys to compete.
I think with open, like you almost need to guarantee those big hitters are coming back.
Yeah,
like the top 5 guys are the draw. So like, yeah, here you go, here's your invite, because that's what we rely on it. There's less top tier bodybuilders, I would say, in the open as there is in men's physique's pretty interchangeable. Let's be honest, they can all fucking rock up and win. Like one day someone wins, one day another does. Whereas with open bodybuilding, it's a little bit different. The cream is the cream, and the cream's why the Olympia is a big show or the Arnold's a big show. So it makes sense to keep the less saturated classes having people come back.
Speaking of the cream, before we move on, James, I have to fucking show this.
What is this?
Oh wait, no, wait a minute. Is it Patrick? Patrick. Yes, it is. This is insane to me. These are your most recent photos.
Yeah.
How did your fucking leg get that big? What did you do to your legs? They're fucking twice the size they were the last time you're on stage.
That bottom left picture's wild.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking. I don't know. I've split this year. I spent splitting my hamstrings from quads, so maybe that's.
Oh, look at that! Look at that, motherfuckers! I learned how to zoom in. I think.
Yeah. So maybe that it might be the splitting the hamstrings and quads.
Like this is a great pack, and your stomach is still flat. Like
it's quite flat for me. Yeah, for me, it's quite. I can hold it in all right in a minute. It's not there yet, obviously, but I can hold it in. I'm a bit of a blow. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? For fucking what? Just 12 weeks out, Friday coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of muscle there, man, from last time.
I mean, I'm even happy with I'm happy. Like my back's still not amazing, but I'm happy with how symmetrical it's looking. So I'm quite happy. Like when I saw this, I didn't think anything of this. I sent a video to Pat because he just wanted a video, and I didn't think I was going to get any good feedback. And the feedback was so good. I was like, it put me in a really good mood. So he obviously screen grabbed these pictures and put them on. So when he does it, I know he's in a good mood. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm quite confident going forward. Like I feel like Ian Hunter and Nick need to watch out. For that title of.
So going back to, I wonder why Classic has to fucking requalify for the Olympia. That's kind of weird.
I think it's because there's more of them. Like, except there's loads of classic guys, and it gives them a chance to mix it up and change the lineup.
But there's loads of men's physique guys too. Why are they letting those guys?
Wait, is men's physique? Do they qualify top 5?
This guy's saying top 5 from the open and men's physique qualifying for the Olympia.
I don't know why men's physique do it. That's
not classic.
Okay.
That's weird.
That's a bit odd. There's loads of men's physique as well.
What does 212 do? That's top 5, right?
I don't.
Top 3, right?
I don't know.
Oh, see, we're fucked. We're like meant to be bodybuilding journalists. We don't know shit.
we're not journalists. This is
no. Leave that to the others. We're just fucking guessing.
I tell people all the time, this is not a news show. I don't fucking know shit.
No, fuck all.
What are the post-COVID plans for the podcast crew? We probably all want to get together at some point. If Definitely. James makes it to Texas, that's most of us.
It would be cool if I could get to Texas.
James, if you
cool
if Nathan's stuck in Kuwait.
I'm still waiting for a hostile banner for my fucking gym. Talking about
they're almost done. The hostile flags are almost done. We're gonna be on sale.
No, that's cool.
You can buy one from the website, Ben.
Oh, fucking! I'm just gonna get a sharp. I'm just gonna get a Sharpie and just scribble H on my. Buy one.
No, if you can, James, if you can make it to Texas, that's the 3 of us plus Ian and Guy are doing that show.
Is Guy doing it?
It's a movie.
Well, Guy's doing Tampa, and then if he doesn't win, he's going to do Texas. And even if
you're saying he's not going to, so you're saying he's not going to win.
The reason I said it is because
you said about Nathan earlier. You said Nathan ain't qualified for the You're just on one today. You're being so horrible. About
I only speak in facts. If you're not qualified, it's an if. No, Guy is going to be in Texas for GASP, whether he wins or loses Tampa. So he's going to be there. So it's really just Nathan.
Just stuck out here. No, can't go nowhere.
Busy boom.
But your Spain show is the same weekend as Texas, so you won't be able to make it.
Oh, it's at the same time.
Same day.
Yeah, same day. Let's see. Okay.
Oh wait.
What'd you say?
Flights.
I can't hear you. You cut out again.
Did you sort your flights out for the Sunday?
I just talked to Nick yesterday. He said they're waiting for. I think Canada has some new rules coming out on the 21st.
Right. Okay. So
they're going to wait till.
You're in a position like me, basically. You're just waiting to hear some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it doesn't matter if I have to quarantine because I'm like, I mean, I don't want to, but if
like when you come back, if you have to quarantine when you come back, you mean? Because you can go to America and not quarantine there. It's when you come back, is it?
You can choose not to, but you'd have to pay a fine. So I'll just take that to court and deal with it. Who's
keeping this money? What fucking jokers are keeping this money?
Just don't pay it.
The thing is, none of those court cases have been tried yet, so there's no precedent as to who has to pay for what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very weird. Okay. Water in your shaker, then pre-workout, or pre-workout and then powder, and then the water.
Water first, man.
Water first.
Water first. Nathan?
It sticks to the bottom of us.
Nathan, can you hear me?
No, it broke up.
I said water first or pre-workout powder first in your shaker.
Doesn't matter. I just fucking whatever's closer. Just put the shit in.
Yes,
No,
it
whatever's closer.
matters. Yes, it matters.
Nathan, you don't care about anything. You're like, I don't give a fuck about anything. Of course it matters.
That's fucking just what it is. It's going in the same. It's going in the same hole anyway. That's fucking.
If you put it, and the problem is, if the shaker's not completely dry and you put the powder in, then you're really fucked because it's now in the corners.
That's right.
The worst is when it happens if you're using, like, say, cluster dextrin or something. And you're like, you put it in first, and then you're like, all my carbs are never coming back.
You want that like sugar at the bottom? You're like, come on.
Yeah, it clumps up. Yeah. Which part of your body do you love, and which part of your body do you hate? Ben, go first.
In bodybuilding sense, or just
just in general, I guess.
Weird question. I like my quads. I don't know.
What do you hate?
Everything out my back.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Nathan.
Like my shoulders. Fucking hate my hamstrings. Hate them.
James.
I like my lips.
I knew you were going to say something like. I swear to God, I knew you were going to say something like that. It's like,
when I get a fresh shave and the lips are visible, I feel pretty good. And I hate my big toe because they're different. Because one had surgery on, one ain't.
Why'd you have surgery on your toe?
I had an ingrown toenail and I had it cut out, and they fucking chopped my foot to pieces, bastards.
Oh, is your nail that thick?
That nail's totally different on that foot than that foot. It's a different shape and everything. It's like,
I've got both of them.
Like,
both of them done.
Yeah, see, I only had one done, so I look like a right fucking div. So I need to get the other one done just to get it done, just so they look the same. So yeah, I had the ingrown toenail issue when I was younger. Yeah, so yeah, that's my fucking.
I don't know.
What about bodybuilding? Do a bodybuilding one.
Bodybuilding. Biceps are too small. They're still fucking shit. That pisses me off. Nathan, if you want to lend me your biceps anytime, please let me know. I mean, I suppose I don't mind my quads. I think my quads are pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip this one.
What? Hey, you can't skip, you bastard. You have to say what you hate as well.
I'm old. I hate everything. It sucks when you were a certain way and then you're old. And it's
all right. So
in your prime, in your prime, what did you think was your best strength and what do you think was your weakness?
Yeah. In my prime, I think I always obviously hated my calves. I always liked my back. Yeah.
I get that one.
I go with
you
back.
got big full. You got big full chest as well. I get jealous of your chest. It's so full. Big.
You have got big.
Voluptuous.
I have big breasts. This is a good question. Do you think the dynamic of the podcast will change after everyone competes against each other? Or no. I'll add to it. Or as the show gets closer to the Olympia.
I don't really give a fuck. I don't think Nathan does about it. Like, we do care about the Olympia, but
I don't give a fuck, but I still come on in and go, what's happening, loser?
Yeah, right.
I think Nick and Ian will have a bit more of
Rivalry.
animosity and rivalry. Yeah.
Nick's already taken some time off. Nick's decided that he's not going to do the podcast. Yeah, Nick's messaged me. He said, I'd like to stop doing the podcast until after the Olympia. He's like, I just want to focus on the Olympia and Arnold.
Oh, fuck, that's long.
Fair enough.
That's what I said. I'm like, that's kind of a long way to
I need a bit of this fucking shit to keep, like, that makes that fun, because it's like the opposite.
Give some fucking prospect on life. That's boring. Fuck that.
Shit, I had to ask to come back on.
What do you mean?
Get me back, please.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, hey man, are we on this week? And you're like, oh, I was giving you some space. I'm like, I hadn't asked.
Well, because last week you said the prep is getting to me. I need a week off. So I was like, cool, don't worry about it.
No, I had some issues, personal issues with my dad.
I was there last week as well. I was out of action.
That wasn't prep. I told you.
Yeah.
My dad had some health. My dad watches this, so Dad, I told Fouad we're gonna die, and you didn't. So win.
Got a week off work.
So yeah, I think all of us were a little bit out of it last week because I had
no Wi-Fi, me.
Yeah, Nathan had Wi-Fi, and I think I'm not good at doing. So we were going to schedule Saturdays, and I'm just not good. Saturdays are kind of like the weekends for me don't work.
It's a no-go, man.
But yeah, so Nick said he wants to take a break for a little while, just focus on the shows, which is cool. But I wonder, like, as the shows get closer and you guys all get more and more diet brain, if there's going to be any, I don't know, any tension, or after the show, if after the show, if James beats Nathan or if Nathan beats James, are you?
I still give a bit of shit.
What'd you say, Nathan?
I don't care as long.
I still give a bit of shit, and like 2 weeks before Olympia come here with my top off. I don't give a fuck. Say beat this bitch.
I'm just team fucking BB&B. So as long as me and Nathan spank them two, I'm well happy.
I also think these two British boys are a little more laid back as well.
I agree with that. Ian
and polite. I'm more polite.
Ian is very intense, but I think that's what makes him awesome.
We're slightly older men, me and Nathan. You know, there's a maturity.
You're like a year older.
that year fucking matters. I'm like 1 year older than Ian, and I'm trying to.
But I do like the bodybuilding abolics versus bro chat Olympia dynamic. That could be.
Get us some t-shirts, mate. Then
it's going down, mate. It's going down.
We should do some fucking shirts. Bodybuilding team BB&B at the O or.
You must put the British flag there, though. Put the British flag. My face. James' face there.
Your face.
Yeah, my face is offensive. Don't put my face.
I can't put James' face because he's with Redcon.
But it's a bodybuilding. It's not a hostile t-shirt.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It'll be a BB&B shirt. It won't be a hostile shirt.
Yeah.
So maybe
go ahead, I would
James.
just say that they're just lucky me and Nathan ain't doing the Arnold. Like, you know what I mean? It would have been two shows where we, 2-1 up, 2-0 up.
Nathan, why? Why did you? I like it. It's good, James. Why did you decide not to do the Arnold, Nathan? Because you're all about the money.
Ohio?
Oh, you're doing the UK. That's right. And it would be too hard for you to fly back and forth, right?
Not too hard. It's just that, like, we have Roelly we're doing it, which is from similar teams, and it's the guys that fly back and forth, and it's just a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Like, I knew Roelly was doing it anyway from a while back.
Yeah. So
it was, getting the guys to where's everyone going to go, basically. Yeah. So we had to, Roelly can go there and I'll go there. We said, if best scenario comes and we can figure a way out, then how to get everyone back to the same place without being tired and stressed, then I'll give it a go. But if not, I'll just take the week after the British.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So I got a waist trainer sponsor. It's skinnyroadie.com. If you want to check it out, it's in the description. But the reason I brought it up is she sent me a message yesterday and said, Roelly is now wearing an extra small waist trainer. And I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? And now I'm really excited to see what he looks like.
He looks good.
Is he wearing an extra small waist trainer, or is she fucking with me?
I don't know, but I was posing. We were posing. Yesterday. We done shoulders yesterday. So we were yesterday or the day before we were posing for shoulders or back. Anyway, he looks good, bro. He ate some food yesterday. He looks really good.
Who is that?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Yo.
Oh, I'm not dressed.
Perfect. That's what the fans want.
Where am I?
What's up, man?
buddy.
What on?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Do you wipe standing or sitting down?
Sitting down, bro. I got long arms.
Fucking thank God. Okay.
What?
One normal person.
What?
We just wanted to make sure because there's
Long
other.
arms, you know, just a little lift and reach.
No, I get up and practice my quarter turn.
Are you gonna? Brandon,
If you can do a tricep, outside tricep, you should be able to wipe your butt. You know.
Yeah,
Brandon, are you gonna? What's going on for the Olympia, man? How are things gonna go this year? We're gonna take it back or what?
You know, I talked to you about it in a month. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
All
I don't want to. I'm just not getting here, so I don't want to forecast too soon.
Okay. We'll hook up as the things get closer.
And then this is a cliffhanger for you guys.
Exactly.
Thanks,
Brandon.
Now I can put that in the title. Brandon Curry joins
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Bang. You love it.
Clickbait.
Whether it be Brandon,
better,
Chris Bumstead, Jay Cutler.
I did it to Flex Lewis on Tuesday because Flex Lewis called Guy on FaceTime.
While you were.
So he put him on. So I'm like, I put it in the title. Flex Lewis joins Bro Chat. So, it's crushing it right now. It's got tons of views. So whatever.
It's the way it's got to be done.
Waist training.
Yeah, waist training. So he looks good. So is Roelly going to be like when Roelly looks crazy? He looks fucking crazy. Are people going to be shocked when they see Roelly? Like, is it something that we're all like, holy fuck, this is new?
If he can hold this condition, bro, yeah. If we can hold this now, what he's got,
yeah,
and this size, you know, his fucking vacuum's great. Legs are good. He was a bit flat 2 days ago, so his legs were a bit shit. But then he had some food, legs come right through. So if he can hold this, you know, it's a easy win, really.
Yeah.
Man.
Is he? You don't know what he? Well, you probably can't announce what he's doing before because. Is that the only show he's doing to qualify for the O, or is he doing something else first?
Just next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
So he is doing Chicago.
Yeah,
should I cut that out? I don't think you're allowed to say. Are you allowed to say that? Did he already announce it?
Put it on his Instagram.
Oh, he did.
Oh, did let me see. I haven't seen this.
I better make sure because I don't want anybody to shit on me again.
Oh, you got another drama.
Keep getting in trouble. Keep getting the news.
I don't want to be associated with you anymore. You just keep it.
I only said it because it was on his Instagram yesterday, and then so.
But the thing is, you want to break the news at the same time, don't you? Like it's kind of part of the fucking. You want to be the first person there, you know.
There's nothing on his Instagram.
I don't know.
Stories.
It was on his stories yesterday. You would have missed it.
Yeah.
Fuck
it, it's announced. There you go. Nathan just broke it.
It's Nathan's fault. I didn't say anything. I didn't say I heard. I didn't say I think. I didn't say shit.
We need to revisit our little rundown then because that changes everything.
The rundown for Chicago?
Because Akeem, obviously, we were all going, Akeem was going to win. And so Akeem's out, Rudy.
Akeem's out, yeah. So it's Hunter.
Yeah, so I'm saying Akeem's out, but Rudy's in. That's a different show now.
Yeah, well, we'll make new bets next week before the show.
How many nipples you got?
Well, it's not. I got one nipple left because I got to do the shake. So I got one nipple and a shake leaves one nipple left over. I'm gonna win. I'm not fucking worried about the shake. I'm worried about the nipple ring because Presti's got to win, so that's a little bit tough.
Presti's not winning. I like him, but he's not winning.
You don't think so?
I hope he doesn't. I want to see this. I know. No, it's purely hope. It's purely hope.
You owe me a beard shaving, you fuck.
You said within there was a time limit. I'll do it, but I'm sure there was a time limit.
No, I think we said after your show because I didn't want you to look ugly for your show.
Well, I'm fine. That's by the by. I don't care. You just tell me. I'll do it whenever. I don't care.
Yeah, I got Presti winning and Vlad third on the first bet. So that's a trick. That's a tricky one.
Yeah, I think you fucked yourself.
Is it a DIY job, or are you gonna go to an actual tattoo a piercing shop?
No, I'm not gonna stick a fucking nipple through a needle through my nipple myself.
People do. I wouldn't, but people do.
I can't imagine how much that fucking hurts.
You just got to heat it up on the barbecue, didn't you?
Ice cube it, heat up, and boom.
Yeah. No, fuck that. I ain't doing that.
Slide it right through.
You shove needles in your ass all day long. And you're worried about putting one through the back of the nipple.
Does it go through the back of the nipple or actually like right through the nipple?
I don't know.
See,
I actually don't know.
It goes through the nipple because the nipple ring. So it goes through the nipple.
Yeah, it's literally like a door knocker, isn't it? It's got to be like a door knocker on it.
Oh, see, I've only got like a
door knocker.
My little teats are only little, so I would put it. That wouldn't work for me.
I'm not getting a fucking ring. I'm just if I have to get it, I'm gonna get the barbell.
Can't you get like
how
a ring?
But how long does it stay in for? There's got to be it has to stay in for
4 weeks. 4 weeks.
I feel like you should get a ring and a nose ring and connect them with a chain. Like
I would do that. I would do that.
You don't like the geezer from 300. You know the god
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Do that there.
I tried to get them to do the nose ring first, and then nobody wanted to do the nose ring, so we settled on a nipple ring.
I'd way rather. Well, obviously, I've got my nose done. I'd much rather have that over my nipple.
I'd rather do my nose too. Nose is actually kind of cool. I'm like, I do my nose.
Have you had anything pierced before?
My eyebrows. I had my eyebrow pierced.
You realize that the nipple is going to be like really fucking sensitive in everything you do.
I know
it's
that.
Gonna, like the clothing is just going to irritate the shit out.
I'm just going to put a Band-Aid over it for fucking a month. It'll be fine. I'm not going to lose anyway. Look at Guy picked Presti to win also.
I don't know nothing, mate.
Guy,
yeah, guys are 212.
Guy, bro. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna call you out now.
Guy picked
aggressive to me.
If Presti wins, I'm going to laugh at you guys so fucking bad.
Presti's really good, but he's not winning that show against Vlad.
He's not winning that show.
Vlad has got all the muscle they have and more, and the same condition.
All right, but if he does win,
it's just logic. It's just logic what Vlad has. He's been under fucking judged at every show he's done. Even when he did European against me last year, he should have been in that top 3.
Guy has Presti Vlad second. I think that's where I fucked up.
I feel like Ian's picks are more accurate based on. I always feel like Ian is a better judge.
Ian's lost the last 3 bets. What are you talking about?
I don't watch the shows. I'm just saying I feel like Ian has a better eye and an understanding. But obviously I'm wrong.
Obviously you are wrong because he's lost the last 3 bets.
No, I'm not saying to you. I'm saying compared to someone like Guy.
Yeah, but he lost to Guy also. Like the last show, he had the worst. His training ended up having the worst.
Okay, well, based on probability, then Guy's going to be wrong this time, and he is going to be right.
Yeah, the Presti thing might have been a bad choice. I don't know. I'm going to stick with it for now.
Like I say, Presti's great, but like you look at Vlad, man, like he's got his lower body's crazy, and unfortunately, Presti doesn't have the same lower body as Vlad.
Ian picked Vlad first, Tim second, Muzi third, Presti fourth.
Oh, that's what I got.
Martin's fifth.
Check out my list. I think the only thing is different is
Vlad, Tim, Muzi, Martins, and Presti.
I think you switch
Muzi and Presti.
You switch Martins and Presti.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah.
You think he plays Muzi too high? You or Ben James?
Who am I?
I'm calling everybody. I don't know.
I think he'll be good, but I don't think he's going to have the same level of separation of detail as some of the other guys that will place above him. So that's why I don't think
that was my thing. Yeah, because I have him in fifth in both bets.
He's grown a shit ton. Fuck me right. Like I'm not going to lie, yes, but I just don't know if he's going to have the finer.
I think I picked Presti based on conditioning.
Presti's ripped. He's one of the tightest.
I was told his
condition show.
I was told his conditioning in Puerto Rico. The pictures didn't even show half of how conditioned he was.
when he stands with his leg sideways and his hamstrings popping and his glutes are showing, they're fucking shredded.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sticking to my shit. We'll see what happens.
I think Presti for me places above Munzie because of that condition.
Yeah, I would say that too. Yeah. Well, he already beat him in Puerto Rico, so
That's what I'm saying.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Coke.
Pepsi.
More flavors in Coke, though.
Pepsi or Coke, Ben?
Pepsi. Pepsi Max.
You think there's more? So there's more flavors you get of Coke? You think?
Yeah, more flavors.
Yeah, I'm an original guy. I don't like all the fancy. I don't like cherry. I don't like any of that.
I'm about to say something racist.
So
For a change.
do you think?
I feel like all my black friends are
like Coke?
No. They like the more crazy flavors.
Cherry and orange.
Brandon can answer this.
Brandon
can answer this one. Confirm this, Brandon. Are you a guy that likes his lilt?
No, I'm serious though.
Lilt is Lilt. I'm on board with Lilt. Fucking hell, yes.
What's
I
Lilt?
don't know if you get lilt.
Oh,
It's lilt in America.
No, and that's what kills me. It's like it's almost like pineapple tropical.
Okay.
That's the
No,
one.
but I'm serious,
What's
like-
the other one that's in England, Nathan? Is it KA or something? KA or something?
Hey, that the tropical drink?
Mate,
Okay,
all my black mates drink that. All my black mates drink that.
Yeah, all my black friends drink the grape flavored stuff. I can't do grape.
I love grape.
Shoot it in there.
All right. Have you ever had a deep point in your journey? If so, what helped you stay focused? I don't know what a deep point in your journey means.
No idea.
Like a bit of a dark time, like a hard part.
Yeah, yesterday was 1,500 calories. It was fucking dark.
It was fucking dark, mate.
Bikini day.
I guess that's what he means. What do you think, James?
I'm interested here. Like Nathan's had a few, controversies and stuff. I'm more interested in Nathan.
Nathan doesn't have deep shit to deal like dark shit.
No, but on the but there's been some times where like people have like this shit lately, like with the show where it got kind of blocked for a bit and then it's fine now. Some of those things
but
are quite interesting. He's just shrugged it off.
He seems to breeze through this shit. Like whatever, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, to us on the surface, but it's probably been some times where he's like, "Fuck, this is nonsense."
Sometimes I just learned. It got to a point, bro, when I was younger, to be, you can't change it. It's happened. Yeah. Just accept it and get on.
I know when we did our podcast together, the individual one, Nathan. We talked about a lot of stuff that you went through as a child.
Yeah.
Is that why you don't care about shit now? Like you kind of brush shit off and keep moving?
Yeah, bro. Because I'm, as a child, I'm happy. I'm me as a person. Well, bro, I've hit 35. I'm not doing a life sentence in jail. I'm not dead. Like a lot of my friends are. So fuck, I've got everything to live for. Why am I gonna, be phased over? I can't do a bodybuilding show. I can't go to this country. I can't do that. Yeah. Fuck that, bro. I'm out living. I've got a friend who's just been given 25 years in jail, 30 years in jail.
When you see people, okay, I got to try and phrase this without offending anybody.
It's okay.
When you see people that are like depressed all the time or always going through some fucking weird drama or some shit, do you look at it like this person doesn't appreciate life because they're so mired in like these little things that don't really mean anything?
Yeah, because I've got friends and I'm like, something like depressed, or my missus has finished me, or I've got this, or I'm worrying about this bill. I'm like, you're worrying now, but in 6-7 months' time when it's all gone away, you're going to look back and think, I've just wasted 2 months of my life depressed over that person. I'm like, don't give a fuck, just move on with it. You're here, live for the moment, because you could be dead tomorrow, touch wood or not, but
yeah, it's true though. It's true.
You know what I mean? So why is someone gonna? I don't see why people get depressed. I understand why people get depressed. And you may say I'm cold-hearted, like if some of my family members die, it don't faze me. You live and you die. Like who gives a fuck? We're all the same. That's why you gotta, live life. It makes, like I said, it makes I'm cold and heartless. But when you've been, some people have had worse lives than me, you, and everyone else.
Absolutely.
They come through it. You have to come through it, and I think to come through it shows the type of person you are. If you want to live and live in depression and be so consumed by all that guilt or sort of that badness, then fucking hell, is it worth it?
Yeah, sometimes people are their own worst enemy, and they attract what they attract what they so supposedly don't want to be. But then some people just kind of revel in being in that dark place, and it's weird. I know people like it that almost invite bad and like are so used to it that it's the only thing they know. And I'm like, it ain't the way you got to be, man. Like there's a lot of good out there, like silly little things like picking up a phone or coming on a Zoom call and talking to your mates. Like there's things you can do like to pull out of those dark places for sure.
You know, but a lot of people haven't had things put in perspective for them either.
Yeah.
I like, so I had my bike accident, right? And that should have been dead. I was in, you know, that life event really changed my outlook and made me more like where I am now with Nathan, where I'm like, fuck, I should be dead. I'm not going to sit around and worry about shit and hide away. And but it took that, for me anyway, it took an event to really like wake me up to it and be like, hey,
do you guys,
life isn't that bad. Even when it was at its worst, there's always something you can focus on, the things you can do.
Change.
Right? I think.
Do you guys
think people focus more on the things that they've got? People focus on things that have been taken away from them and the things that they can't do, rather than flipping it and going, "Hey, okay, that's my situation, but what can I do? What can I do from here?"
Yeah.
Do you guys think, like, when I think about my dad's generation, I don't, and obviously it's perception, but I don't remember guys like that being depressed or like sitting at home.
They were men. They were men, bro.
Moping and being emotional. Like my dad, I don't think I saw my dad cry once in his life when his sister died, for fuck's sakes. And other than that, I never ever heard him complain once about anything. Yeah. So I'm like, do you think it's because guys in general are softer, or do you think it's just because life is easier now?
The world is softer.
Oh, it's because the world's so fucking PC, and like everyone deserves to be pat on the back for their struggles. Like it's like, oh, you're a hero. Everyone's a fucking hero. No, you're not. Like sometimes you need to just get to understanding that you're not a fucking hero, and that you got to pull yourself out of the hole and get yourself back into line and get yourself back to work and make some money and earn a living and stop being a fucking lazy cunt. Like, and that's what happens with a lot of people in this world. So, they just rely on the system, or they fucking don't want to do shit.
But wait a minute. I think that kind of touched on what I was saying. So if I think of my father's generation, I feel like it was harder. You had to work, you had to bring home money, you had to fucking take care of your kids. You had no time to fuck around, no extra money to fuck with. Like you didn't have time to complain. You just had to work and bring home money for your family.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is life easy now? Like, are people making more money and they have more time to sit around their phone?
I don't think it's making more money. I just think, money, obviously, the value of things change over life. Minimum wage changes, life changes. I just think men back then, and even females, stood for a lot more than what people do now. That like your dad's generation wouldn't accept these COVID lockdowns. What they fuck, and they would stand up for what they believe. But now people believe that they're owed something. We need something. No, you don't. You need to get off your fucking ass and be positive and do things for yourself rather than sit back and hope people go do things for you. And I think the generation before us, and then even their generation, they always fought for things they needed, they wanted. But now, like James said, it's a lot of PC and things are given to people for free rather than have to work and want. You're getting things for free now for no reason.
Man, you're rewarded for some tragedies these days. Like there's a lot of bullshit. They were doing something, even with to do this COVID thing, they were like giving out rewards to people for getting double vaccinated. I can't remember what it was. There was something silly along the lines. It's not this, but it's as silly as giving someone tickets to a theme park because you're double vaccinated.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing something here. They were doing something here, like giving away donuts. Like you had they give you a free donut, Dunkin' Donut. Like,
okay, so wait a minute, but we're straying from this a little bit. I just want to go back to 1 second. So Nathan, since you're the one who's kind of got a better perception, Ben also, been through some things, and you try not to let things get to you. Is there something you can point to, like, let's say you broke up with a girlfriend, or like you lost a job, or is there something you can point to where like your life was fucked up and you had to find a way to get out of it?
Yeah, when I was going down the wrong path not many years ago, I spent time in jail. I came out, done bodybuilding, weren't making no money, got in with my old friends, had a great life, making a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. Went on the right track. People know what I was doing, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the boys again. I'm doing this, and then end up back in jail for something different. And then my friend goes and gets 20. And then I'm like, fuck, if I was out, that was 7 months ago, 8 months ago, I'd be doing a 20 or a 25. And then life kind of clicked then. And I'm like, shit, like 10, 12 I'll probably do, but a 20, like, fuck that. And then, I got straight out. I was my own worst enemy, to be honest. I got straight out, got back into the same rut. But then I had my son. And then, a certain event happened when I had my son, to where, I was ducking and diving, and I thought, fuck, that's not for me. And then this is where I thought my life is shit. I need to do something with it. And that was the event, like Ben said, where I realized I had to do something,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, Ben, is there something that you can point to where you were like out of it and you had to, like, your life was a little bit fucked up in shambles, and you had to correct and get out of it? Because this is the question I think this person is asking is, I think the root of this question is, when you're fucked up, when you're depressed, when your life is all shit, how do you correct and how do you get back on track?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of moments in my life, but I mean, I had PTSD after the accident, and actually for a long time was trying to just battle through it with antidepressants and just toughen it out. But actually, that's when I went and saw a therapist, and that was probably the best thing I could have done. But then from that gave me coping mechanisms now to where when those things do happen again, and there have been a couple of events since my accident where I've been very, very low. I mean, Luke and I were very close, obviously, and we went through a lot of those things together. In terms of pulling yourself out of it, it's, for me, I'm quite susceptible to hiding away, and locking myself away into a bubble, and convincing myself that I don't need to do anything. I can just hide away here and my problems will kind of go away. Like, as long as I carry on working away. But actually the best thing for me to do is actually get back into a routine. So, and it sounds silly because I work from home, so a lot of times it would be like I could just stay in bed, right? I could just stay hidden away or on my sofa. But actually having a routine of, okay, I've got to get up at this time. I'm going to go out of the house. I'm going to go to a coffee shop every morning and start my work there, or I'm going to go. You take yourself out of that, like, you're safe. Yeah. But it's your safety zone, but it's also the zone where you actually culture more depression. Yeah. Right. And then so actually taking myself out of those and put myself into kind of daily situations and making them habits then gave me a purpose. Like, if I felt like I had a structure and a purpose again, and that built a structure that kind of enabled me to deal with the depression or whatever I was going through much better. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I tell people when they say, like, because I get messages from people who are like, oh, I broke up with my girlfriend, or I got divorced from my wife. I feel fucked up. I don't want to go to the gym anymore. I'm like, that's the exact time you got to keep going to the gym. Yeah. Because just having that routine of keeping going will pull you out of your fun.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, create something. So it's not, okay, whatever your routine is, take your dog, drive them to a different park and make that your new park, and just go for a walk there every day now, and then start establish a new habit and make that a routine, and it will start to develop this new outlook that you have. You feel more productive straight away. You're like, oh, I'm doing something for me now. I feel good. This is, and it starts to ball rolling.
James?
No, I agree. I'm just visualizing, like everybody said. I'm thinking about, like,
do you have a moment?
Doing that myself.
Do you have a moment you can think of where you were fucked and you had to?
No, do you know what? I would contribute most of my being fucked up in the head to bodybuilding and using drugs. Like, honestly, like, I'm first to admit, I think any of my moments of deep, somewhat depression are just caused by chemical imbalances. Like, I think I live a pretty good life. Yeah, obviously some things have happened, but like, these things have happened when I'm really young, to the point where, like, I think the chemicals have kind of played with me so much that, like, when my mum passed away, I almost didn't feel anything. So it's like very odd, because the young James would have been very emotional and wouldn't have been able to stop crying. But being a bodybuilder for so long, taking so many fucking hormones and shit, I'm kind of flat. Like, I have times of really feeling nothing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? And like, I don't know where I'm going with what I'm saying. I'm just trying to explain how I am as a person. Something really bad can happen very close to me, and I can feel nothing for a long time.
Can I ask you a question?
And I think, yeah, of course.
Sorry, James. I just want to interrupt for 1 second. So,
yeah, no, of course.
What I want to ask you is this. So, do you think it has something to do? I know you're saying it's because of the chemicals and whatever, but I wonder, because I've been exactly I've been in exactly the place you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When my father passed, for example, is a good example.
Yep.
Is it because of the chemicals, or is it because you're so hyper focused on what you're doing that other things in life just don't fucking matter?
It's a combination, isn't it? There's no one thing in life that's 100% one thing. Everything is a combination of the things that are going on around you. And that's just an example of that. So yes, we are obviously extremely focused on what we're doing, and that does deter from allowing emotion out. But at the same time, it doesn't help when it's amplified by such. Because I definitely am amplified. Like, listen, as much as I find it hard to cry sometimes, there's other times where I'm the other way, where tears come out for no reason. And I get that. And that's like, I know it's all because everything's just like this. And I've come to accept that it's part of kind of what we do. And I know not everyone gets the same effects from things as I do. But because I'm aware of it, I'm not that fussed because I know. But it is really odd, like how literally like I could go periods of weeks and months where I haven't smiled once.
Yeah.
And then or been sad, nothing, just like empty. And then periods come where everything makes sense and you're happy and you're smiley. I don't know. I don't think my life's had many bad events that have triggered that at all. I think literally it's just not being aware of my choices and obviously having less knowledge on a lot of the things I've done through my life that's caused that kind of effect on me. I didn't know enough about bodybuilding really when I got into it and the drugs I was taking and stuff, you know, and that's why I'm pretty anti when people ask me about doing it. Like, because I'm like, unless you're making money and it's your job, like it's fucking giving you something financial, you're going to cut away a little piece of you, like a personality piece of you.
Yeah.
Because it does. I think it takes away a bit of who you are.
Yeah.
And that's my experience, like I say. So, yeah.
I think it's valid. When you're experiencing something shitty, what do you do to get out of it? Just keep focused on what you're doing, keep focused on your day.
Yeah, or literally just as simple as trying to hook up or contact people that I care about that do make me. Usually the people that make an effort with me, I'll reach out and make an effort with them because they always are the people that make me feel better. So obviously I've got good friends like Louis and people like that, and I could be having a very shitty day, and if I call one of them, they'll make a suggestion like, let's get a coffee or something. That turns it around. It's as simple as that. You know, time with good people for me is normally the getaway. I'm always going to be focused on the goal, right? Whether I feel depressed or not. That never changes, and that's just the way that I'm programmed. So I will never quit. I'll never stop. It's more about just in life itself, sort of ironing out those feelings of being sad. And that's when, like I say, it's simple. I jump on the fucking computer and play a couple of games with friends, and I'm laughing by the end of the night.
Yeah.
So it's just finding your little happinesses in life, because there is a lot of little things that can make you feel better. Like Ben said, like going to somewhere different and setting up a new habit, and taking in some fresh air from somewhere completely new and establishing a new routine. That I agree with as well. Like I've done that many a time in my life. Like I even went to a different gym today to do cardio just to give something fresh to my visual.
Change of pace.
Yeah, man. So yeah. Sorry, I did blabber on there.
No, it's all right. On a lighter note, most memorable show of your career and why? Nathan, you probably don't care. You're like, they're all the same.
Yeah, I've won fucking 6 of them. Don't run.
Oh,
is it when you beat me? Is that the most memorable? Because you wanted to beat?
Yes.
That was an easy win, though. That was easy. Yeah, that was easy. most memorable moment. I think it'd be the first time I got into the Olympia stage would be my most memorable moment, because I always got told I could get there, never believed it, and then once I got there on that day, I said to my missus, "Well, I'm done now. I'm finished. I'm done. I've got nothing else to prove."
Yeah.
And on that day, I was about to finish it and just leave, And I think that for me, because I didn't think I'd ever get as good as it got, and I thought to myself, yeah, this is it, man. Like, this is it. One day with Phil Heath, fucking hell, one of the greatest of all times, Dexter Jackson. I'm like, I got fucking 12th or something, but I wasn't phased. It was like, I'm on these people with these guys. I've sort of looked up to over the past 4 or 5 years, you know. And I thought to myself, yeah, fucking, I've reached it. This is me, you know, and got my tracksuits. The rest of my tracksuits I give away, you know, give them to the lads.
Tracksuit feels sick. I bet when you put it on, you're like, yeah.
I've given it to the guys, you know, and I've kept my first one. But that, to me, my first Olympia was my best show. You can never forget it, you know. It's just being at the Olympia to say you've been there. So for me, all the wins and shit, that doesn't matter. But getting there for the first time, that was the creme de la creme for me.
Okay, James,
you're making me excited. It's making me excited because I know it's coming. You know, probably Spain show because it was my first pro win and it was a big win for me because there's some people in there that I never thought I'd beat.
Yeah.
So it was just fucking. I was like, wow, fucking hell! I've actually just won a show against some people that are fucking great.
But James, the thing about the Olympia, don't get your hopes up, bro.
No, I'm just gonna go there and do my thing.
Bro, the bodybuilders backstage are boring bastards. I'm sat there backstage. No one spoke to me. No one said hi. They're all sitting there with the pants on, hiding away. Like, bitch, your body ain't gonna change in half an hour. Get your shit undressed.
Chill out.
They're all sitting there like little children, hiding behind the curtain. You know, and they're all bitching and shit. I'm like,
I'm getting naked first. Dave, I'm getting naked first, bro. Fuck it.
Bro, I was with Josh, right? And Josh like, you got too much energy. I'm like, fuck this, yeah. Just run around like a big kid.
Yeah, man.
Just sitting there all lethargic and just waiting.
No, you gotta enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, like fuck that. I'm like, just enjoy it.
I don't think they're scared. I sit there like that. I think there's a moment of what is it? Just either a moment of reflection or just focus.
Calm before the storm.
No, whatever, James. You're going to be like that for sure. Listen, James, you can talk James, you can talk all the shit you want. I know 100%. Nathan's going to send me a video of you sitting at the Olympia like this. Focus,
talking.
Focus, and waiting to go on.
Instagram story of me. Look at his fucking asshole. He gave it all the big talk like he was going to be the first one with his kit off.
James is going to be the last one with his fucking clothes off, and he's going to be hyper fucking focused on the show. For sure. There's no way.
We'll see.
What was I going to say, though? Ben, most memorable show. Do you have one?
Either my first show or the British finals when I was with James. I think the British finals was that's my first time I did that. Luke was there. We all hung out. I remember me, you, JP, Corinne. We went out, got a coffee the night before. How I looked was terrible, but it was. I remember it. You know, it was just
It was a real good group of people, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Samson was in that lineup, right?
Yes, he was.
Samson was on stage. There's about 4 or 5 guys that turned pro in that lineup now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, just that really. It was that was a nice. It was the last one. It was the last British finals in Nottingham, right? It was the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was nice. It's like meeting like us, the 3 of us. We like literally just sat down after and had pool night there and just pulled stupid faces and started laugh. It was just, it was nice. Great company for after.
Yeah, and then we tracked through Nottingham trying to find
some fucking food, and it was a struggle.
That hadn't sold out that Yannicka could eat, and
troubles, post-show troubles, bro.
That was just a good day.
I have 3. I'm going to be greedy. I have 3.
3 says fuck it. The question's 1.
I have 3. I can't decide which one.
Toss a coin.
My first show, my first ever show, like amateur show, because my mom and dad were there, and that's like the only time they saw me. And I won that show, so it was, I don't know, just crazy. Like the fucking audience was all like my family and friends. So that one, and then probably the Vancouver Pro that I won. It was my second pro win, but the reason it was awesome is after I won, I took everybody there out for food. So we all went to like, I think it was a Denny's or some shit. So everybody, like all the pros that competed were there. And we all sat at one fucking table with like 10 of us or something like that, or 15 of us, I can't remember. And I just bought everybody dinner. We sat there and fucking ate for like an hour and a half.
I feel like more pros should do that.
I think it should be a tradition, James. I think if you win a show, you should have to take all the guys out to eat.
Yeah, because you know how many times, you say to yourself, "Oh yeah, we'll catch up at the show," and then you just don't fucking talk.
No.
Like
Yeah.
I've seen, it's annoying, man. I've seen some people that I get on really well with, but then they're sheepish and quiet at the show.
Yeah.
And no one even gets to have a fucking catch up. If you all just promised yourselves, no matter who places where, we're all going out for fucking dinner after.
Yeah. Because that was great, honestly, because I think Flex Lewis was there doing some kind of appearance or something. So he jumped in. And then Ron Pardo and John De La Rosa and like all these guys. So we all just sat at this long ass fucking table and everybody just pigged out.
That's sick.
And I grabbed the bowl and it was just a good memory. And then selfishly, the Olympia too. My one Olympia is like, I remember being on stage in the posing routine because morning I was terrified. It was like the most nervous fucking thing ever. And then at night I kind of settled into my posing routine and I kind of took stock of the crowd and all that shit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
I did have one nice dinner after a show. It was Toronto when John De La Rosa won, and John De La Rosa actually took us out for dinner.
Yeah.
Me, Neil Hill, Flex, a few of my friends. It was just nice just to sit down and chat shit because no one was in bodybuilding mode after that. It was literally just talk. That was really cool.
Must be a Toronto thing.
I think
after the before I went to Ronnie took me out.
What did you say?
After I beat Fouad.
Just putting it out there.
I don't mind that you beat because I was out of shape, so I'll give you that. It's like I gave it to you.
As you told Guy, you're only as good as your last show, so I beat your ass anyway. Then Ronnie's like, yeah, Nathan, come out to eat, right? So I went out to eat with Ronnie and Chris Cormier, thinking myself, stuck my face in this Brazilian place. And then Ronnie goes, here's your bill. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Didn't even pay for it.
I paid for myself.
I think listen, as the big dogs in the game, as the new guys coming up, James, Nathan, Ian, whoever is listening out there, that's like, if anybody else, Brandon's there, he should hear this too. I think it should be a tradition that from now on, if you win a show, you should take out the rest of the lineup. Because the lineups are usually what, 10 guys deep?
Yeah, 10.
If you win 10 grand, you can afford to take everybody out for $1,000 dinner. It's just fucking, I think it should be an IFBB tradition.
Denny's didn't cost you $1,000.
Okay, it was like $400, but still. It was like $400, but
we just do McDonald's after or something.
That's still good. It's still good though.
I'm not saying it has to be expensive. I just think it'd be a cool tradition if like every time
I think that's cool.
Somebody won, they took out the rest of the guys and everybody fucking all got together and fucking had a meal. You know what I mean?
That would make it feel much more like a brotherhood, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, we'll do one more. Do you think we should probably do a rate? Do you want to do a rate your physique or no?
No,
fuck them.
Okay. All right. Do you think becoming a bodybuilder comes from a hard past or simply something comes naturally? Well, it's not natural. None of us are natural. So it doesn't come naturally, but
I didn't have a hard past, but then I'm not a great bodybuilder, so maybe.
No, I don't say it's for hard. You can't say it's a hard past. I think it's something you want to do. It's like anything in life. You want to do it, you do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think people that
for a lot of people.
But I think people that have, it depends on the sport, I guess. But usually, if you think about the greatest athletes, they usually come from lesser upbringings, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods
in
Michael
fighting.
Jordan did.
Okay, well, in fighting. Let's say in fighting. That's why I think my mind went to fighting. That's why.
Yeah, but fighting is very different.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Fighting, you're literally fighting because of a lot of those inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Our mindset and battle is not the same thing as a fighter's.
Yeah.
No. I get it. You're right. So,
fighters have been fighting their whole life, essentially. You know what I mean?
You're right. I don't think you have to. You're right. I don't think you have to be. You come from a bad childhood.
We know a lot of great bodybuilders have probably had pretty chill upbringing, like probably middle class, even some probably upper class fucking people that do bodybuilding. They're pretty good.
Well, Phil Heath didn't have a bad childhood, right? He went to college and was. I
think he had a pretty good, eventful childhood.
Do you eat out of a bowl or a plate?
Bowl.
Depends what it is. Isn't it? Got a bowl there, isn't it?
I prefer a bowl every time.
If it's an omelet, I'll have a plate. But
that's a good point. Eggs, I can't. Yeah. Nathan?
I like a plate, maybe. I like to sit down with my spoon, get my spoon in there, chop the chicken.
I thought of that.
Spoon.
I thought of that again. I think if you have a bowl, you need a spoon. If you have a plate, you need a fork.
Yannick got it wrong because she actually brought me a fork, and I am a spoon person, so that's the one thing she did wrong.
because she knows you're a fork person
Bless
secretly.
Never.
But you like to fuck with me on the podcast, so you say you're a spoon.
I am a spoon guy because look, see these grains of rice? I can't get them with this fucking fork. Yeah.
Well, it's because you have a bowl, but if you had a plate, then you could do it with a fork.
But I have got a bowl. Where's my fucking spoon?
Is Fouad Abiad ever going to officially retire? No. I like to leave the door open a little bit.
What happened to one more? These are like 20 more.
What'd you say?
You said one more.
Like,
and now we're doing like
Ben's like, we'll do one more.
Okay, last one. No. Is there an actual IFBB Hall of Fame? Do you guys think they should do an induction each year before the Olympia? Should they have an IFBB Hall of Fame?
I don't know how that works. I really don't know what that means. Like, I know it's obviously got some prestige, but what does it actually? Do you get like a little card to go to a nice little club?
I don't think. I don't think there's enough
private
people.
snooker club.
How would you do the Hall of Fame for? It would be like 20 guys in there. It'd be just all the Olympia winners.
Yeah, be pointless.
That's pretty much what it should be. Just if you win an Olympia, you're Hall of Famer, done.
Yeah, I mean, how else would you do it? Because if you win a show, that means I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe if you win an Arnold or an Olympia, the main Arnold, that's Hall of Famers.
Or you could possibly take like Dexter. You know, even if he didn't win the Olympia, he'd still won 26 shows?
29 shows, I think.
30 shows or something, yeah, 29, 30.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, but James, you could be second place at the Arnold and second place at the Olympia for a number of years and never win, and then you're not in the Hall.
I'm sorry, you're not Hall of. You're just not.
Yeah,
you fell. You just fell that little bit short. You got to live with that.
I wonder if that would work. The Arnold Olympia. So who are we talking about?
So Branch Warren's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Kai Green,
Mike Francois.
Yeah, Flex Wheeler,
Dexter.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to do it.
I feel like that's fair. The two biggest shows, you know.
What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I agree. It's the Arnold or the Olympia.
Yeah, like the Ohio Arnold. Yeah.
This is why we need Nathan to win the Ohio one next year.
Nathan, what do you think? Is that
we
fair?
need to see it? We haven't seen him on the Arnold stage yet.
I think it's plausible, but then you know what happens if the lineup is shit? Because you know, let's be honest, some Arnolds have been a little bit.
That's not the person's fault, though, is it?
Yeah, and I get that. I get what you're saying, but then would you still class him as a Hall of Famer, though?
Yeah, like think about the 1 year. Think about 2014 Arnold. I forget where I placed. It was something shitty, but Ben took second place.
Dexter won.
Dexter won. If Dexter wasn't there and Ben won, is Ben a Hall of Famer?
That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't win.
That's true.
So you know, and Dexter has won other ones, multiple. So
yeah,
he kind of is.
Well, Dexter,
yeah. So I don't know. I'm glad Branch is in there because I rate Branch. I think Branch should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's a bit of a legend.
I think
because he's just a little fucking kind of aggressive, grumpy.
What happens then if someone hasn't won a show? If they've won like one or two shows, not the Arnold, but then they've done so much for the sport. Whether they've bought, you know, major contracts in for the sport, they've done this, they've promoted it more than anyone else. They've done leaps and.
Sounds like you're buying your way into that club.
Sounds like he's talking about me, James. What if you've only won?
Yeah, what if you've done a couple? You've given a lot. You know, you've got a podcast. You've got a supplement line.
Maybe there's a media. There's like a media. Just go down my resume. What about all these things? But maybe there's a media side to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think they're called the Hall of something else.
No, because like if you look at like the UFC Hall of Fame, they have like, or even I think the Football Hall of Fame, they have like different wings.
Yeah.
You need to be in a different wing.
Yeah, I'm like in the media wing.
You're in the media wing, production wing.
Am I that what I am now? Media? That's so fucking
production.
Shitty.
The media and production wing.
That doesn't feel good. I want to be
in the fucking wing.
I want to be in the bodybuilding wing.
We're not even in a wing. You've made it into a wing and we haven't. So
I made it into a wing.
We got more work to do.
I managed to get my way in. Yeah. All right, guys.
How many? Wait, can I ask one last question before we go?
Yeah.
Just the one last thing. Yeah. How many shows do you think you have to have won in order, if you could physically trade, like, you know how 5 £1 coins can be traded for a £5 note?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many shows is equivalent of an Arnold, one Arnold Classic title?
I have the
how many pro shows?
I have the perfect scenario for you. So I remember when I first turned pro, it was like Johnny Jackson and Darren Charles is like heyday. I think Durham Charles, they used to call him the king of the $10,000 shows.
He win them all, didn't he?
Because I think he won like 8 or 9 or something like that, or more, fucking of all the small shows.
Yeah.
So how many? That's what you're asking, is how many?
Yes.
Does Durham Charles get to be in the Hall of Fame?
If he can spell the current, if he can spend currency of his show, say he can spend 6 of those titles and lose them and obtain 1 Arnold, is that fair?
But wait
you
a
have
second.
points. You have points. Like, like an Olympia is like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And then a normal show is like, I don't know, 100 points. And then an Arnold is 500.
So you have to win 10. You have to win 10 shows to get the same
1 Arnold title. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's fair, because Durham, no offense to Durham, because I thought he was a great bodybuilder, could never beat like the elite guys, the top tier guys.
Hey, them's the rules. Them's the rules.
So you just made the rules. You just made the rules.
Yeah. This is Monopoly. How many is it to buy a hotel? You know, how much fake Monopoly money to trade for that one hotel in Park Lane?
So if I
want that fucking, you know,
so if I can somehow find 8 shows that are nobody's doing, I can win 8 more shows, then I can be in the bodybuilding.
What if we combine all of our show wins and trade them for 1 Arnold that we share? So you got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, that's 10. We got 1 Arnold between us.
1 Arnold, baby.
Mate, we're in the Hall of Fame.
We all get 1 statue. Just put it on the same.
Fuck it. Brilliant.
All right, guys. We'll talk next week.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care. Let's see you later.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.